right. And maybe that's how I should treat this. If I get got, just roll with it and start up a new run. That's just how it goes. So with that optimistic outlook, let's go ahead and try this thing out. What's up, Elgaso? We're playing that really easy game we were talking about a couple days ago. Now, I am grateful that I did receive some new player best advice, some guidance.
No horizon in sight.
But not much, though.
The rulers of old, stripped of pride.
I usually try to avoid, spoilers and railroading and really hardcore backseating.
Turning the wheels of progress.
But getting some little tidbits of knowledge was helpful.
Till the frost stopped it all.
But I suspect it's just like Rossi said, just gotta fucking try our darn doodliest.
When tides had changed,
Child labor? Yeah, that sounds about right.
they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces.
There are times over the past week or two where this has been how it's been feeling in real life, because it's been so fucking cold and snowy lately. I think tonight it's gonna get down to 6 degrees Fahrenheit, something stupid. What is it right now? The exact.
We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained, came the time
Get down to 4 degrees tonight. Gross. It's fucking
We
illegal.
decided to leave our homes and head north.
It should not be allowed. 4 degrees. I'm arresting the weather.
Roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us.
Still pretty loud. Would it shock you, Ogalso, to know that I spent 10 minutes trying to lower the volume?
Pushed us forward.
And it's not. I see it too. I see it on the waveform. It's very loud. I see it. I know you're not lying. You're not teasing me.
Step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come.
There's also a limiter on OBS that I have put on, so the volume simply cannot go beyond a certain volume, a certain degree of loudness, and it's still just really popping. All right, so once I can get to the menu, we'll kind of putz around with that. Yeah, this War of Mine. Yeah, of course, very different games and how they play, but similar kind of styling. Just talk nonstop, Irasi. You know I'm always down, Irasi. Getting me to gab, that's easy mode. Getting me to fucking tap into my Midwestern gab ability. All right, so coming from London specifically. Convoy's hit by a blizzard. But this generator, which I think that's what we see a lot in the branding and advertising for this game. This big pillar. Frozen, solid, and abandoned. Did any people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out here? So we have to survive. So I think this is the scene we're going to be seeing for quite a lot for the next several hours, I suspect. So, oh, crap. Maybe I canceled out something I shouldn't have. Probably it was nothing all that exciting. So let's continue lowering things. Music. Sound effects, UI. Actually, that probably wasn't UI we were hearing. Ambient, just cut it all down even further. Alright, so... Can I pause so I can kind of get my bearings here? It could just be... Right, it's also possible, too. We've had that, too, where you tinker with the volume settings, and gameplay-wise, you're great, but then a cutscene happens, and suddenly it's blowing out your earballs. Got uploaded to Shock... Oh, very good, Shockfell. Yeah. Yeah, he's got uploaded to some kind of repository. Very good. Yeah, Shockfire is working on a cool little coding project, which is very cool. I'm impressed, Shockfire. That sounds really nice, especially as a hobby project. That's really cool. All right, so what do we have here? So there's coal mines, very nice. Kind of getting our surrounding steel wreckage, wood crates. I'm guessing these are probably raw resources we can extract, but there's probably not a lot of it. Got some other kind of forestry over here. Some steel wreckage. So just some very scrap pieces kind of lying about. Coal pile. Iron ore. That's kind of nice. Interesting little valley we're in right now. And for that matter, I just can't help but wonder, like, how did we get here? Like, we're in this little crater. I guess the implication is, yeah, we, like, tunneled our way through here. 35 cents is all I got. Yeah, 350, too much. That's too much. Yeah, so we're just kind of in this little crater in the snow. I don't know, it feels so desperate. What do we have right here? We have stockpiles. Which is, oh, that's our ability to store things. So we did come with some stuff, some raw food, but no food rations. Food rations, I guess, is more for traveling. Storage. And then here's the generator, but it is inoperative. So our first order of business is probably to get this thing working. Steam level 1 is probably what we're looking for. So we need some coal. Just learn the mechanics. Yeah. Yeah, I suspect there's going to be a lot of fucking around. Fucking around and probably finding out. It even says down here, stockpile some coal. We need coal 6. Turn the steam on, and we probably have... We have steam cores. But yeah, no coal, though. Right, well, first things first. Economy, construction... First things first, you probably have to, like, hire some people to go and extract some of the coal that are in these coal deposits. Or maybe we have to build something for that. So let's take a look. We have tents. Medical post. So cookhouse. Resources. Resource depot. Gathering post. Gathering resource from nearby coal. That's probably what we're looking for. Although coal pile. Extends our storage capacity. No, let's use the workshop. That might be good too. Take some wood and some steel. So they say coal pile. This is a coal deposit. We need to build a coal mine there. Okay. Maybe we have to build a workshop before we have that ability. I have it paused so we're not losing anything right now. Yeah, that would not shock me. So hope and discontent. Okay. All right. 2 meters of obviously hope being a positive thing and discontent being a thing you don't want a lot of. The temperature will drop significantly in 4 days since we have that forecast. So right now we only have, oh wait, hold on, build streets. Okay, so you can build little paths to things. That's kind of nice. Unemployed engineers, children, prohibited children. For now they're prohibited until things get desperate. Idle workers. Okay. Of which we have many. And it's not that they're like honest. It's not like they're just being lazy. There's no roles for them other than the 15 engineers that are already assigned. So engineers would probably then go to this thing, right? And for various buildings, technologies, but yeah, so let's go ahead and build one of these things. Suppose it doesn't really matter. Well, actually, no, I think it does matter. Because I think once we turn this generator on, there's limited... Like, it has, like, a limited heating range. But, yeah, it looks like our only option is to build, like, right up close. That's not true, actually. You know, I guess you could build it out... Well, it has to be adjacent to a street. Yeah, there are little spots out here. Okay. So I'll since there's like stuff out that way, I'll go ahead and build on this side. Then I'll go ahead and unpause it. And you know, earlier the game was being so obnoxiously loud. I actually can't hear anything right now. Construction. What's up, Woo? Hot and steamy. I've heard it's brutal. And right now it's frosty and unforgiving. But that's part of the joy of experiencing this game and seeing what it's all about. Get a breakdown of the economy, which is nice. Of course, our economy is very boring since we just began. Book of Laws. To battle hunger, sickness, and apathy. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't get into this yet. Maybe I should take it one step at a time. Book of laws. I wonder what that entails. Here, maybe I should like read some stuff. Camera controls, yeah, it's fairly simple. Coal to power the generator, right. Wood and steel good for construction. Okay. Assign people to work there. Okay. Certain buildings employ engineers, others employ workers. Okay. All good in the hood. So it's almost done. Can't really zoom in more, but you can see there's peeps milling about. And I don't think this requires workers, the stockpiles. Here we go, I got this guy though. Then pause for a moment. So it's inoperative. Research goal and requires at least one worker. Okay, so worker-wise, let's go ahead. We've got workers to spare. So I will go ahead and it is on. And there's comfortable heat. Here we go. Max out for as many peeps as they'll allow. We might have to, switch it up at some point. For now, yeah, we got 5 of them. Just 10. Oh, 10 more available beyond the 5 we just hired. And then add new research. So now is... So this will kind of set us on a path. Heaters versus steam hub. Yeah, there appears to be like... Yeah, it seems like if you... I mean, maybe you could choose both overall. But we probably need to be careful about which one we choose, because this might kind of set the stage for how this goes. Got a kitty cat trying to dominate your hands, Woo? Yeah, I understand. I understand. It's a regular battle that I have to deal with on stream and off stream. In fact, I had a funny moment earlier today where I went upstairs to go check on Gracie because she had got back from one of her appointments. And as I was talking with her, I left my work computer alone for like 5 minutes. And I go upstairs, check on Gracie. And while I'm upstairs, I get a phone call. And the phone call is from the WebEx screen sharing application that I use. Which is weird that it would call me, because usually if the WebEx screen sharing app is calling me, it's because I have started a meeting and I have initiated it to join, to basically make it so that I can join in my audio through my phone versus my computer's microphone. My computer doesn't have, my laptop does not have a microphone, and I'm not allowed to use my home computer. So I use my phone to be able to talk during WebEx screen shares, that kind of thing. And it was weird that it just called me out of the blue. I was like, that's a weird glitch. I've never had that happen before, but didn't think anything of it. I come back downstairs, and Shayna is like loafing on my work keyboard, my work laptop's keyboard, just loafing. And she has somehow pressed all the right buttons to bring up a WebEx session, start it, and then call my phone through that WebEx to like start the audio session, all completely by accident, just by sitting there. So the joke for the rest of the day is Shayna, one of our cats, being like, I'm calling a meeting! I'm calling a meeting! This is an emergency! All hands on deck! I need levies! So, yeah, that was how that went earlier today. It was very fun. So anyway, let's kind of make a choice here. Heaters to heat workplaces during working hours versus steam hubs. Create additional smaller heat zones around them. Consumes 3 coal per hour. Consumes 1 coal per hour when running. I mean, honestly, these both sound great. They both sound good. So maybe I like won't be locked in. Or if I pick one, it excludes the other. It costs 20 steel to do this research, whereas this one just costs 10 wood. We cannot do the steam hub, so it's got to be the heaters then. Until we get some more steel coming in. That makes our choice for us. So now, let's go and unpause. So now that that's kind of been started, we're researching heaters. Got the workers, they're going to work. Does that give us... Okay, this is... Yeah, the technology tree, right, which we know about. Still this notion of... This notion of how do we gather resources? Maybe I need to click individual people? So, build more houses. Okay. You have a new cat. Oh, that's exciting. Called Gray. See, is he or she gray? Is that how it makes sense? Okay, so we need to build more houses, obviously. Alone in this world. That is how it goes sometimes. It's okay, Hattie Albin. So discontent is already forming. That's no huge surprise there. Maybe, hold on. So maybe I just need to go build a coal mine. Oh, there's already coal piles. Oh, okay. So this is what we need then. So let's go ahead and get some workers on this thing. I assume not engineers. We don't need we don't need engineers for this. We need workers specifically. So let's get. Okay, I'm glad I didn't notice that. I'm glad I noticed that now though. We have some raw piles. The deposits will be for later. So get as many folks doing stuff as possible. We will also need other raw resources. Steel, which we can pull. Wood, which we can pull. We have enough for 2 more. I think I'll probably do 1 of wood and 1 of steel. So we're not starving our resources. And of course these do have a finite amount of resources. So eventually we'll need other means of getting the stuff. But for now, let's do 15 here. And then 15 here. Oh, and by 15 I mean 5. So I guess the sizes of the deposits are different. So for that matter, could I get another steel deposit? Steel wreckage. Oh, the other 10 are the engineers. Never mind. Okay. So let's go ahead and unpause. I think that'll help then. Long-haired domestic kitty cat, and she shares your birthday. That's exciting, Woo. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, that's how I feel. I would not do well in this place. Wish I could zoom in a little bit more to see like the greater details of because I think the graphics are very pretty for this game. This is Frostpunk, apparently an infamously difficult colony management city builder game, and I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Are you a hot weather or a cold weather kind of guy? Forced to choose, I prefer between extreme hot and extreme cold. I don't like either one, but gun to my head and say pick one. Extreme hot. I do not deal with extreme cold very well, and we're in the midst of a pretty unpleasant extreme cold bout right now. I just checked on my phone. It's supposed to get down to 4 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, so not looking super forward to that. But also, I guess we can probably speed things up since this is we're just gonna watch them slowly fire some stuff. But wouldn't you know it, we have lots of coal now. So now, team level 1, baby. Generator is fired up. Beautiful. So we need to stockpile up to 200 coal for our objectives, obviously. Oh, what's this? Family torn apart. That didn't take long. Jesus. What's up, Jesse? Playing some Frostpunk. Yeah, I don't know if you've played this before, Jesse. Apparently this game's reputation precedes itself. Her husband and daughter didn't reach the city. She's sure she's still out there. She wants to join the 1st scouting team. She urges you to hurry. Scouting team, you say? Okay. We'll do what we can. We do what we must because we can. Scouting teams. It sounds like... Okay, yeah, looks like that is, the maximum for that one anyway that we can pull off. So... Right, we learn about researching things with workshops, that is. Different tiers, you have to research a tier upgrade before you can... Okay. Makes sense. So yeah, we learned a little bit about this as well. In fact, I probably should be checking the tutorial bits more frequently to answer my obvious questions. Like Elgaso pointed out, children cannot be employed at all initially. They don't say never, they just say at the start. So we got that. Controlling time, that's fairly obvious. Temperature, also fairly obvious. They just need to chill out. I'd rather be set on fire than even see snow. Yeah, I mean, nobody likes the extremes. You know, nobody loves the ball-twisting humidity that we get in the summer. I mean, Ryan, we both know of people that are like, oh my god, I love winter. But I don't really feel like I hear people say how much they love winter during the midst of winter. You know, when you're in the butt crack of winter and it's miserable and it's January, February, who's ever, you know, waxing poetic about this fucking season? Ain't nobody have anything good to say when you're shivering your tits off. So I don't know. I think generally speaking, most people would agree that the extremes are just always unpleasant. But for a lot of us, there's one extreme that is less bad for us. And yeah, for me, it's hot. But at the same time, I get it. I get, like, it sucks when you go outside in July and August and you can't breathe because it's so humid that you're like breathing in like water air, like it's liquid air. That's never fun. It's awful. So I don't like any extreme, but yeah, when the chips are down, I'm a small guy. I'm a small, scrawny piece of shit, and I do not handle extreme cold very well. Feels like I'm dying. At least when it's summer and it's hot and it's miserable, I don't feel like I'm dying. I just feel uncomfortable. Whereas when it's extreme cold, it's like, yeah, this shit kills people. Like, this shit fucking, this is what causes people to die of exposure. Awful. So construction or dismantling of buildings. Okay. Heat zone, right. So, like, yeah, the closer to the epicenter. That makes sense. And wait, what about this placement? Placement is invalid? Oh, just that it's red. Okay. Connected to the generator by a street in order to function. Okay. But to 140. Jesse does like the winter. I don't know, man. Even when it's like really crappy, that's the thing. Like, winter is fun when there's the holidays and when it's like kind of chilly, you know, when it's like above freezing, generally speaking. But ugh, man, when it is like really in the not fun zone, that's when I start to. I think that's when most people start to Scrooge it up a little bit. Now, we do have... I don't think we can research multiple things, yeah. Oh, actually, we don't have the resources to research the Steam Hub, even if we wanted to. I should probably build more tents, shouldn't I? Maybe that's the thing, too, is to look at some buildings. A medical post probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Common ailments. Cooking house, yeah. So we have a... gathering. Oh no, that's not a gathering post. That's a stockpile. And the resource from nearby piles. Yeah, I should probably something like that would probably expedite the gathering of things. And since there's a lot of gathering happening on this side, it would probably be worth my while to build a gathering post, kind of pointed in that direction. To build one of those guys there. And then let's go ahead and unpause. We're just kind of chilling here. Build some more tents as well. Can't quite fit multiple right there, but I can kind of snuggle up right there. The 2 more blocks of tents there. New research available. Eat workplaces. So I'm guessing that would include the workshop. Heater is off. Okay. Like, it's pretty cozy right now, so you probably don't need to. Now we need food, though, because, yeah, we stockpiled some coal. You played back in the day when it was in early access, and remember, yeah, losing is fun. I've been informed this is one of those games where you're definitely not expected to do well in your first attempt. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of the coal reserves. Need to provide some raw food and to build cookhouses to prepare meals. So hope went up a little bit. Discontent is filling up because of the lack of shelter. Hunter's hut or a hot house? Or prepping meal. Okay. So what are the 2 options here? Cookhouse and Hunter's hut. Let's say hot house. Man, I suppose a Hunter's hut is the easier choice right now. Generator. I was hoping there'd be information about food on here, so I could learn about what a hot house is. Here's research. Yep, we got that. It is a house that is hot, Alex. What more do you need? Like, damn, you're right. Probably one of those things that will become available as we construct other things, other nice things. Streets, buildings, right. So we need 15 wood, so we need 5 more wood. We have the steel. We got some wood coming in hot, so we'll be good there. Things are bustling along. We'll eventually want both cookhouse and a hunter's hut, but a hunter's hut will let us get started at least. It says base seating level 2 is required. Oh, but that's not steam level 2. Oh, maybe that's just for the structure itself. It's not a construction requirement. Okay. Yeah, coal we're doing all right. It says it's about 203 coal about a day. Oh, we have about a day's worth of coal is what they're saying. Okay. Wonder if we're reaching night time. Yeah, it looks like it's getting. Well, no, it's still decently bright out. Oh, that's yeah, us building that thing. The tents are being built. Very good. And we have more shelter. 60 homeless though, so we still have quite a few. That's gonna be a lot of tents to build. With many needs. Gathering post. It is inoperative. Oh. Engineers, I suppose? I didn't realize that a gathering post needed engineers. Huh. Or workers in general. Maybe that's the addition. Maybe it's workers in general. Let's do 5 for now. Maybe I misunderstood what a gathering post was. I thought it was just a place to, like a common place to store. Well, that would encourage people to kind of gather things automatically. In fact, maybe that's just it. Maybe I should unassign people from these kinds of things. Maybe that's the deal. So maybe I should maybe fewer workers for the coal areas specifically. Yeah, something like that maybe. Let's do something like that. Need to be by stockpiles. Oh, is it too far away? Oh, that's what that radius is. Shit, so this is probably a waste then. I probably should have built it further out. I see. Shit. No, that's okay. I guess if nothing else, I could just disassemble it. It's inoperative. No gathering resources. Right, yeah. Okay, let's just deconstruct it then. It's a shame that those resources got wasted, but this is how we learn. Alright, so... Just meant to building, yeah. We don't lose too much. And then, yeah, -4 degrees. Pause. And never mind, yeah, it is getting close to nighttime. Research goal not set. It is closed this time of the day, though. So to get to tier 2, we need a whole bunch of wood. We got a ways to go before that happens. Pretty much getting into the overnight hours, so not a whole lot else is happening right now. 2 are sick. Okay, so I should have probably built the medical bay first. Medical bow still can't afford it. We can at least get one of these started pretty soon here. I'll go and get the hunter's hut. I wonder if I need to be more concerned of where it gets built, though. Eventually be in the city. They provide 15 food. So what I'm wondering is, I think it's from nearby. I think that's the key. From nearby coal piles, yeah. And there's like little radius. I think that's what I should have realized. Is that little silhouette of a circle thingy. So I should be more cognizant of that when I'm building something. So the hunter's hut doesn't seem to have that kind of requirement. One thing is that I wonder if it's even worth my while building this in like the inner sanctum. Like I'm wondering if people will be working in the hut, because if the idea is they'll be venturing out, if they'll be venturing out to hunt and shit, maybe it's not hugely imperative that we get up super close and personal. So maybe for that I could actually build some roads and build a hunter's hut a little bit further out. Yo, what's up, Will? Is this a mobile game? I could see how it could look like a mobile game just at very first glance. The answer is I don't think so. I don't think this was ever on mobile. It certainly wasn't built as a mobile game from the start. At least I don't think it was. I guess I don't know for sure. But yeah, I could see how, like, at first glance, it kind of has that, it could kind of have that general sheen to it. Not because this looks like a mobile game, but a lot of mobile games are made to look like games like this. Yeah, it looks like the kind of stuff you'd see in those mobile game ads. Yeah. I know the kind all too well. Let's experiment with this, though. Let's go ahead and build. Again, I don't know really where. Actually, hold on. What's this? Oh, that's just saying, yeah, there's resources. Because, yeah, there's like the wooded area over here. I guess this is like scaffolding. Like, it's like sort of steel scaffolding, I guess. Yeah, I kind of, I'm not exactly sure how we got here. How did we get here? I don't see like a little walkway or a little path that led here to begin with. So maybe it doesn't really matter which direction I pick. So I'll just say, let's just go out this way. We'll eventually want to get out to these coal mine areas anyway. So something like that eventually. Oh, but it takes quite a bit of wood. Build that. Okay, I'm changing my mind here. There was a demolish road option, I think. Dismantle streets. So instead we'll just build directly this way, because we'll eventually want to go. Oh, that's an iron ore. I eventually want to kind of build towards a coal deposit, because I know we're gonna need to go there eventually once these coal piles run out. Something like that. And then, and of course, that is going to take all the wood that's necessary to build the hunter's hut. It's going on pause. There is a mobile version of this game. Wow. But at the same time, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Learn about the day-night cycle. What's up, Rhinoctoclops? Rhinoclops, I'm definitely going to come back for this one. I'll say this much, Rhinoctoclops. If you know this game really well, I'm not going to tell you not to watch. I will advise you to have whatever, like, cringe-resistant techniques are available to you when you watch me make very obvious and disappointing mistakes. For anybody watching this game who knows this game really well, you will see me blunder and you will see me make questionable decisions that will come back to haunt me. I'll see the people that I've disappointed and the colonists whose deaths I contributed to. I'll see them in my dreams and my nightmares. We definitely need medical posts for sure. But there's laws you can sign. To the gravely ill and medical posts, some of them will be left in as amputees. Interesting. Keep the gravely ill alive when untreated. Medical posts or care houses. So that's where the whole law thing comes into play then. People who watch the stream are 69% more attractive. At least that much. I play as well, Jesse. It's interesting so far. It's intimidating. Very intimidating. But yeah, just enjoy watching somebody kind of learn their way, learn how to roll with it. Artist run difficulty, no deaths. Wow. With no voice? Damn, that's impressive. Yeah, I'm sure for the people that have spent dozens of hours, hundreds of hours in this game, I'm sure they're able to pull off the crazy shit. Like the people in RimWorld who play like 5 times speed, no pause on like Jungle Start or something like that. Like, that's just beyond me. Truly, truly beyond me. After they finish their shift at 6 p.m., they are free to help with construction again. And extend the 10-hour work shift through certain laws. Okay. So, and I'm guessing those kinds of laws will sow discontent. So knowing when and how to enact those kinds of things. Shift time switch and emergency shifts. I feel like I've heard that emergency shift is... I think that was one of the ones that someone had recommended to me. As like, I don't know, that's for really emergency situations. Whereas the switch to like up the ante slightly is like generally considered to be the better call. 420% increase in having a good time, woo. Glad you see it that way, woo. I'm glad you see it that way. Let's see, it is... Right, so we're in free time right now. And we've built the road. Yeah, we're building it right now. Very nice, very nice. So that will help when it comes to getting this other stuff set up. Let's go ahead and double time it. We're just kind of waiting around for wood to get constructed. Not really much else I can do until the hunter's hut is built. We're gonna need both hunter's hut and a cookhouse. So I'm actually thinking maybe... Wondering if I should take people out of cooking, out of gathering coal specifically. Of course, I did subtract some things earlier. Yeah, I did. I forgot about that. I subtracted some things earlier. So let's continue with more wood. There we go. Now we're getting the goods. Normal time. That's a subscriber notification from Black Magic's 27 months. Thank you, buddy. Freaking too damn kind as always. As goddamn always. Thank you, man. Build a cooking, not cooking, a hunting hut right there. Learn about hunters. And thank you, buddy. Thank you, Black Magic, for that resub. 27 months. That's a long goddamn time. That's over 2 years. Jeebus. Jeebus criminy biscuits. This is the Midwest simulator, because yes, that is how it feels right now. That's what I tell myself. I tell myself playing Frostpunk right now, it's like I get the extra immersion. It's like I'm really feeling the desperation and brutality of an unforgiving winter. Now, obviously, what we have is not that, obviously, but it is frustrating. Because yes, we had like a 6 to 8 inches of snow, which to some places is nothing, but to us is a lot. We had like 6 to 8 inches of snow about a week and a half or so ago, and it's been so cold it hasn't really melted that much, and what has melted keeps refreezing into ice. So yeah, it's been frustrating. Bring up some raw food, which is good. Then we can start turning that into meals for the peeps. That cooking house is constructible. I'm guessing this is one that does need to be inside of a it does actually need to be inside of like the zone, just because it is a place where people will be working. Prepares meals for the peeps. 2 food rations from 1 unit of raw foods. That is nice. And if there's no food rations, then raw food will be consumed. But obviously, the rations are more efficient. A more efficient way of doing it. So yeah, we're extracting from the 2 coal piles here. That is convenient. They're next to each other. And there we go. That's right. We've had 3 Twitch babies between the 2 of us, Black Magics, and they all have your beautiful eyes. We got Quick Nick over on Twitch. What's up, buddy? Just hope you're enjoying the game. It's intimidating. I'm nervous because I've heard the game is so fucking brutal. So I'm like, I'm like bracing myself for it to just completely stomp my nuts in. I suppose we could save up for oh wait a second, hold on. Oh, maybe it costs 20 steel to build a hub. Maybe that's what they mean. So for a minute there, I thought it took 20 steel to research the hub. Go and do the research. That's well and good. Might as well. Let's go ahead and also look to... Oh, actually, maybe I should have done this beforehand. I do want to get a medical post built up. We have a few folks that are sick, which is no bueno. The steel wreckage is already mostly almost half No, 1/3 plundered. The other ones are not quite so dire. Well, actually, I say that. 104 left is not much. And the hunters that build up. Let's go ahead and double time it. Yeah, once we get to 25, I'm going to go ahead and build up medical post. Putting that right snuggled up into right here. Gives you time to learn. Yeah, I've heard the game is just so unfathomably like unforgiving. But to your point though, Quick Nick, like I also expect it to, you know, to meet me halfway with certain things and be fair. I should probably get some more tents, plus 10 wood each. Put one right here, and right there. I'm guessing we'll eventually get better people storage options, which is a weird way of saying housing options. No roof over our heads. Oh yes. So what do these imply, I wonder? 2 days for 30 people. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, we already committed, because I think a bundle of tents is for 10 people. It's already 2/3 of the way through there. That provides kind of a little bonus objective. I'm going to make a questionable decision by raising the audio up a little bit now that like things have kind of calmed down, because it was like so impossibly loud earlier in the cutscenes and whatnot. Keep raising my audio and I keep not hearing anything, so I'm like, all right, I'll just raise it up slightly. Raising it up slightly. So we've got the goods. Basic resources secured for now. Try to rescue the other people, which would be nice to build up our colony even more. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors. So we have a workshop. We're good there. Hope goes up, which is nice. Wisdom of the crowd. Well, remember this, people usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. Don't have to agree to everything. Fix the problem your way, it's fine. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. That is good advice. I am a little bit new to this, it's true. Looks like I don't have any peeps available to contribute to this guy. So, let's look where I can maybe pull. We do have a lot of coal coming in. Maybe I should like lower the coal amounts a bit. We have still quite a lot of construction happening. So wood is probably still in our best interest. Applying for steel, which is not immediately useful right now. Of course, we have various construction things happen. That's part of it. I will say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go down to 2 folks for the steel. Oh, Jesus. I had sorry about that. I had lowered my volume, or I'd raised my volume rather. As I was saying, I was having a hard time with the game's audio balance. Thank you for that raid, Stu. That's very generous. We're playing some Frostpunk. Sorry if that noise scared anybody. It scared me. Jesus. I'm over here trying to be focused on this slightly stressful game. We're playing Frostpunk for the first time. I'm very excited. I'm also trying my best not to embarrass myself, which is a fool's errand. I realize this is one of those games where you're not expected to like be a badass from the get-go. But I'm having a fun time though. Even if my colony throws my ass to the curb and says, "Alex, you're terrible at this. You do not quit your day job." Even if I embarrass myself, I'm still having a good time. That's what matters. Snoot, you were playing some Valheim. Thank you for that raid, buddy. That's so nice. If you have any clips you want to share, by the way, whenever somebody raids, especially when they raid for the first time, I always like to ask if anybody has any clips to share, because it doesn't have to be from tonight's stream. It could have been from a recent stream, could have been from last week, a couple weeks ago, a couple months, years. I'm not picky, but yeah, if there's anything you wanted to share, it's my favorite way of saying thank you for one thing, because you're bringing your peeps to me. The least I can do is try to encourage my peeps to check your stuff out. So if you had any clips to share, we could all watch it together. Bring it up on the big screen. And yeah, like I said, playing some Frostpunk. I've played RimWorld. I've played like a few other colony sims and city builder strategy kinds of games. And I like this kind of thing, but I'm not at all an expert. I definitely am not like a super experienced kind of guy. So I've got much to learn. Much to learn and to experience. But yeah, yes, yeah, I gotta go grab some food, of course. No, it is getting kind of late for some time zones. Yeah, not much into clips. That's okay. That's okay. If you or any of your lovely viewers have anything that comes to mind, if anybody says, wait, I got one, then anybody can pop in and throw one of those at us. Playing some Valheim though, yeah. I've never played Valheim. We played Enshrouded last year. I played a couple of those kinds of oh, sorry, I saw the red and I got scared. That's okay. We already knew about these two things, which we are working towards mitigating. But I'm gonna have to very fast it because we're in the nighttime hours anyway. But I've played a couple of games kind of in a similar vein to Valheim fairly recently, but I've yet to play that specific one. Let's get back to Frostpunk though. And after lots of fun, goofy stuff, this is my first time playing this game, and I need to build some beacons now. I know I was also saving up to build. Oh, we actually did build a cookhouse. Good. Got the cookhouse. Got the medical post. Let's get some engineers to the medical post. We'll have 3 for now. We only have... Oh, never mind. We have 6 that are sick. Okay, so we'll get up to 5 for engineers. And I don't know... I guess we just need workers specifically for something like this. We don't have a bajillion workers, though. So what I might do is we have 5 in the Hunter's Hut. Might take this down, I suppose, to 5 for now. We have 2 here. I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't realize that I had 2 across the board there. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this to none, and then set this to 10 total. So the cookhouse has got 5. We're good there. So I'll actually give ourselves more hunters then. I'm probably gonna take the wood down a bit as well. More hunters. We have double wood. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take them both down a little bit. So we get max, because I definitely want to get the. I definitely want to up the food situation for sure. So hopefully I'm not gonna stretch myself too thin with resources. But like we don't have any immediate need for wood at this exact moment, so it's probably fine. We definitely have need for food, for sure. So build a beacon. And once we get a little bit more wood, I will build another set of tents. We have a little bit more for shelter for our peeps. And we do have people in medical bay, which is good. Kind of curious, how much does it cost to build? Oh, I probably have to research it first, don't I? We get to learn about hunger and starvation. What's up, Jim? The children yearn for the mines, or at least in this case, they yearn for the generator, I guess. Well, right now it's coal gathering. I think there will eventually be coal mines, though. That's inevitable in our future. So hunters go from 6 until 6. They bring about 15 units, but there's research upgrades available to up the ante there. Speaking of which, working on that guy right now. So these are upgrades. Okay. Oh, I realized we're different tabs. I'm an idiot. Okay. This is probably where the hothouse is. Yeah, we learned about the hothouse. Hunter's gear. That does sound nice. I mean, all these things sound great. Beacon is something we definitely need, though. Coal thumper. Bring stuff to the surface. Brings up a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday. Would you place it over a coal deposit, like a coal? The ones we saw on the surface. The ones we saw on the surface. Underground coal deposits. Yeah, I wonder like how we know where those are. Although actually, yeah, I think that's exactly it. I think it would be the deposits that were next to where you would also build a mine. Faster gathering sounds nice. Sawmills, steelworks. All good stuff. All good stuff. Human glizzy cannon. That's right. Thumpers can go anywhere. Thank you, Quick Nick. That's very helpful. Because yeah, eventually these surface level coal deposits will run dry. The beacon's going to be very expensive, though, so it'll take us a bit to build up the steel reserves for that. Let's go ahead and double time it since we are getting into nighttime hours. Oh, no, it's morning, actually. We have a decent bit of coal right now.
Work time. Get back to work.
We definitely have a need for lots of wood, because there's a lot of upgrades I would like to go for. This one takes quite a while to knock out, and I'm wondering if... I mean, I don't want to abort it. It'd be nice if I could pause it and work on a different one. But I guess it just allows us to kind of build up our reserves all the same. So I'm assuming that they're hunting right now. We are indeed building up some rations. Good. Good, good, good. That's helpful. That's helpful. Very low risk of falling. I probably clicked him by accident. Yeah, I'm trying to click the places, not the individual peoples. So yeah, these deposits, that's what I was first thinking. But they were saying underground coal deposits. This is an above ground coal deposit. That's probably where the distinction comes into play there. So 19 wood. Was there anything else that I wanted to build on the surface? Probably one more set of tents to at least satisfy the... I can fit two of them there. To at least satisfy this kind of provide shelter objective. 1 day and 8 hours, that'll be plenty of time, honestly. Double time it for now. And that is done, which is nice. So yeah, now with that, again, it's gonna... Actually, we can almost afford this one. Well, we still got a bit for the steel, at least. Steel and wood. Faster gathering. Faster gathering does sound nice. It's only 10. Let's make it happen. Yeah, the Steam Hub, I'm questioning if I should have spent the points or the resources to research the Steam Hub, because it's going to be a while before I think we're able to really do much with these. I'm guessing it takes a lot of resources. Local post. Oh, here we go. Technology. It takes 20 steel. We could build one. We could build one. So that'd be a pretty decent commitment. If hot dogs are glizzies, are foot dogs called Eglizabeths? That's good. That's good, Will. I wish I wish I had thought of that one, honestly. That's good. Eglizabeths. I think I had read some time ago that there was some kind of link between why we call hot dogs glizzies. There was like some kind of connection. And I think it started with people referring to guns, pistols, specifically like the Glock pistol as a glizzy. I think it started there somehow, but I don't know how it made the jump from referring to a Glock, a pistol, to referring to a hot dog. That's like the jump I'm not so sure about, but yeah, I think it at least started that way. Used to call them, oh, so it was a DC thing. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I thought there was like some kind of link between those two. Maybe they evolved independent of each other. Just wondering how that started in DC then. It's so wild. You can switch between buildings of the same facility. Right, that makes sense. Trying to think if there's anything else I should be considering. We know the temperature's going to drop significantly in a little bit more than a day. And we are going hungry, but we are, of course, building up some food rations. So it's kind of their fault. Honestly, we have a lot of food. It's like, bro, you're making this hard on yourself, man. About 2 days worth of rations for the people we have. And for that, to that purpose, I could probably actually lower the number of workers. I'll lower it down to 2 for now. Maybe 3. We'll go for 3 for now. So we can up the wood reserves more. And the nice thing about the technology we chose is that it's going a lot faster now. That's reassuring. Master gathering. Coal thumpers interest me. That interest me a lot. Hunter's gear sounds nice too. Return with more raw food from each hunt. Yeah. Yeah, right now food is a bit of a bottleneck for us. So I think I'll probably go for that one next. That one's functioning. Went maximum researching in the workshop. And maximum hunter's huts. That makes sense too. It's a regional dialect. Shelter promise fulfilled. Alright, so at least there's something. Hope rises a little bit. It's something. Discontent goes down. We like that. But we're still got a ways to go. Also, people are being treated for things, which is good. Like that a lot. Wood crates depleted, by the way. No huge surprise there. Let's instead go for these. And no huge surprise there. So wood is definitely going to be an issue sooner than later. So that sawmill might just be something to go for. Anything else I can build in the meantime? I could just go ahead and build a gathering post for out here. There's a lot of raw stuff out there. Only downside, though, is that it's not going to last very long because after that... I mean, I guess you could just decommission it, just deconstruct it. But... yeah, I worry about the, like, building a gathering post, building a road out here, and then just for it to all go away sometime afterwards. Okay, base heat level. I wonder if that means it produces heat. Is that what it means? Heater's off, right? We don't need the heat on right now. Yeah, heat level 1, because some things, like the hunter's hut... maybe that's the key. Oh, maybe it just means you have the ability to heat it. Maybe that's what it means. Does the extended mag is close to the length of a hot dog? That's probably the best explanation I could think of, honestly. Faster gathering is all dunsies, and that was nice and fast. Hunter's gear sounds good. Hunter's gear sounds good. Faster gathering's nice. Oh, can I have... I can't have more than one... yeah, I was gonna say I can't have more than one at a time. No, that'd be too much. That'd be too much. Come on. Pretty soon we'll have the steel. So we'll be able to go for the beacons. Garlic butter Ritz crackers. I've never had those. I do like just the standard Ritz crackers. I like there's like a whole wheat. There's like a whole wheat, or at least more whole wheat. Closer to whole. Ritz cracker that I liked a lot back in the day, but yeah, I haven't had those in quite some time. Weather changes. Of course, there's going to be extreme weather events. This is such a kind ruler. Building tents for half of my citizens. I'm so generous. How well it can handle the... gotcha. Okay. Garlic butter ones. Gracie loves Ritz crackers. It was one of her dad's favorites back in the day. I should mention that to her. That there's garlic butter Ritz crackers, because she... like all of us, she's definitely a fan of garlic buttery things. I'll keep my eyes peeled. We'll probably go to the grocery store sometime in a couple days here. The flavor ones are good. Yeah, I remember the whole wheat ones. I think there were some that had little, like, vegetable speckles in them. So you could, like, pretend you're eating healthy. I remember seeing those. Yeah, and of course, like, when I think of, like, flavored crackery things, I think of Cheez-Its. Because, yeah, I mean, I like the standard Cheez-Its. And I like the spicy ones. There's, like, spicy ones with, what kind of hot sauce is it? I don't know. It's like, it's just kind of mildly spicy, which is nice. And then there's the extra crispy ones. The extra crispy, like, extra toasted ones. Oh, those are dangerous. I love that shit. Pay attention to the forecast. There's gonna be extreme snow, I'm sure. Probably not for thunderstorms. Probably not a lot for thunderstorms, but just extreme cold spikes. See factors affecting... oh, it's kind of cool. Oh. Thermometer, but I hardly even know her. That is really cool. That is really cool. Now I'm kind of curious. So it just it's good insulation. It just has good natural insulation. Because I noticed that there's workers here, but they're not like chilling in here. They're like venturing out and going to places. So that's something I'm trying to be cognizant of, is instances where we're having to deal with like people actually like remaining in a place for a long time, such as the cookhouse. Like, that makes sense. The cookhouse, the medical post, that's where people need to be close, fairly close at least, to the generator. Also, I like how the lights turn on at nighttime. That's kind of nice. You're more of a Ritz guy than a Cheez-It guy. I just haven't had Ritz crackers in a long time, so shit, man, maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm missing out on all kinds of wonderful things. All right, so let's go ahead and fast track it, just because we're chilling at nighttime anyway. We're gathering a lot of stuff, so pretty soon we'll be at the point where we'll be able to research the beacons, and then send out some peeps for the expeditions. I wonder how going to play, staying home, going to rest. If there was a way to see like what caused the person to get sick. No shelter for the night, they're sleeping on the ground, right? So there's lots of works to do. We're doing fine, all things considered. I appreciate your optimistic view, all things considered. That's all that any of us could ever hope for. So we're well into waking hours. At least people are just kind of milling about. Yeah, going to treatment, which is good. Some are in treatment, so that's a nice thing too. We're not like at a bottleneck of like, oh god, there's 30 people sick and only 5 spaces in the hospital beds. Nothing happening there yet. Promise fulfilled, which is good. Lack of shelter still an issue. I could continue building more, and honestly, maybe what it's time to do is to kind of build a second ring. Let's go down to standard speed, which I think I am already. Let's build another tent here, if nothing else. And yeah, we've got enough wood. I think we can do this. So let's go ahead and build 30 more out of wood. Oh, except, hold on, I think one of those was extra. Here, let's cancel that one. So yeah, that will give us the 30 more capacity we need. I'm assuming that will be enough capacity. Guess we'll find out soon. But if nothing else, I could always build one of those little like extra spacier things. This one's cooking along now, which is good. I wonder if there's mods for this game. I can see this being the kind of game where if there was a Steam Workshop enabled for the game, I could see this being the kind of thing where people would like add extra like visual things or extra I don't know, workstations, extra difficulty objectives, or like weather events. Like I could see people going crazy with this. I love me some RimWorld. RimWorld's one of my favorite games ever. And that game, the modding community for RimWorld is truly insane in like the best of ways. So I like whenever I play a game that kind of reminds me of it, I wonder about the community just going crazy with it like people have with RimWorld. Oh, that's a good point, Quick Nick. I forgot about that. I thought the hunters were out during the day, but you're right, they're out during nighttime. And that's when you can see them kind of going about. Okay, so if nothing else, when times are dire, we can overload the generator. I'm guessing it probably makes it use more resources, but also stresses it out. Probably a thing to be done in extreme circumstances only. For obvious reasons. Sick absences. Right, when people are sick, they're not at work, obviously. Lowers their efficiency. Anybody curious what I'm drinking right now? It is not beer, although it might look like it from a distance. It's a cream soda. Here in St. Louis, we are very fortunate. We have a really cool soda brewer called Fitz's that does lots of handcrafted cane sugar sodas. And they do a really mean cream soda. It's one of my favorites. Cheez-Its is in a few of Lovecraft's story. Really? That's so interesting. Cheese-coated crackers. They were invented in 1921. Well, there you go. Not what I was expecting to hear, but that is pretty cool. That is pretty neat. Cheez-Its making a name for itself in the olden days. But it does... Okay, but it does not use extra coal. That is unexpected, yeah. It's the stress levels. Temperature overlay. Yeah, that one's not quite as great. This one, yeah, this one's chilly. So for that one, we actually might want to. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this would like provide enough ambient heat. Looks like it does not. Like the hunter's hut's probably okay. Obviously, that one's very cold. Range setting. There's the overdrive one, yeah. So, price of raw food, which we're working on. 144 extra is pretty good. Working hours. Is it only during working hours? If there, I was thinking if there was some, because it made it kind of sound like there was a way to set her to do this during working hours specifically. We'll double check. We'll double check. We've got a decent bit of coal extra coal, that is. Same thing for here. 3 workers in one, 5 workers in the other. Yeah, ambient. Yeah, no, I know, right? It's spoken like a true noob. No, I was just kind of hoping that this thing would produce enough heat for it to kind of warm this first circle, but looks like everyone's already kind of struggling a little bit. But that will help for sure. For that matter, how are the tent? Oh, okay. Well, that's the answer. How are the people in the tents not dying? Oh, they are. They are dying. A person is gravely ill. Wow, the timing. Three are gravely ill, and they're still going to work. Can they tell me, like, okay, here it's this person. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's because they're going out here, especially in the extreme negative 40-degree temperatures. Yeah, 4 are gravely ill, and I don't know what we can do about gravely. Yeah, heater buttons in temperature mode. So we got that guy research, which is good. Let's pause while I kind of look at some stuff. So we can get more food now, which is good. We do have the ability to unlock tier 2 if nothing else. Pole thumpers would be a good idea. Generator range upgrade, generator power upgrade. Both of those sound nice. We definitely want the beacons. We have the ability to afford the beacons. I suppose I'll go ahead and start that now. But I'm a little bit concerned about this heating situation. We can do steam hubs. We don't have a ton of steel to spare for that stuff, obviously. A little bit concerned about kind of going all in. And I'm concerned about this really gnarly heat snap. Cold snap, rather. Temperature will rise back in a single... Oh, I gotta click these things. Shit. Gravely ill. We must do something. Alright, so let's make a choice then. So this would be... one of these two, I think. But anyway, yeah. There's heater buttons in temperature mode. Turn them on or off more conveniently. Right, gotcha. When the time comes. So what do we have here? So radical treatment. Cure the gravely ill from invasive surgery to amputations. They'll be treated in medical posts. Hope will rise. But 30% of the gravely ill will be left as amputees, and that will raise discontent. The other option is sustain life. Can't cure them, but we can keep them alive. They'll be kept alive but untreated. Hope will rise, discontent will raise. They will not be treated, but they will remain a burden, right? We'll take up beds and medical posts. I mean, neither of these is a great option, and that's the point. The point is to be faced with an impossible choice. Gun to my head, I would maybe lean towards radical treatment. It's only 30% be left as amputees, and if they're left as amputees, they will presumably not be able to work, but still be able to, I assume, get around. They won't be bedridden in the medical beds. Whereas sustain life, they will be bedridden in the medical beds. So it's like, do we have them be unable to work, but still able to, take care of themselves, relatively speaking? Or being unable to work, unable to take care of themselves, and take up space in a medical bed. To me, it's like neither of these are great, but this is probably the less bad option.
Hear me,
So,
new
That's what we'll go with. Race of discontent, right? Controversial law, but that is how it has to go. And the other person, treat the gravely ill, right? Right, radical treatment, right? Yeah, which we have signed. It is done, and you cannot undo it. Once you've signed a law, you are committed, and it opens up other kinds of law things. Extra rations for the ill. It'll be a while before we can sign another law. So of course it uses more food, but it helps them recover quickly. Overcrowding in the medical bay. Ooh. Discontent, obviously, but capacity does go up. So yeah, if you're feeling comfortable, if you're feeling like people are reasonably happy, and discontent is manageable, but you have needs for the colony, that's when it's time to mix it up. Special homes in the care house. You have to build one, obviously. Interesting. 1/3 chance to lose a limb. Yeah, not great. Not great, yeah. Yeah, not a great one for sure. Adaptation. Cool. Yeah, the law system is fascinating. That's a really interesting one. It's very cold out here. Maybe what I ought to do is build, since it's like so fucking impossibly cold. Maybe this is the answer. When I was saying earlier, I didn't understand like the point necessarily of the gathering posts, just because it seemed kind of silly, like it's like this is temporary anyway. Maybe this is the answer. The answer for the gathering posts is to make this situation less fucked up, and we have, you know, the means to make this happen. So yeah, if we do this and build a road that leads to it, that would probably be a less unkind way. Notice I didn't say kind, I said less unkind. There's a difference. Let's go for that. I probably should have done that sooner. But I'm thinking that would like force less of this extreme weather and cause less of this grave illness, like we're saying. Oh, but there's bigger maps. Interesting, Jim. Depends on the situation, right? There are options that are traps for later on, so you have to be thinking of the long term, which makes sense too. Thinking of the long game. Makes sense. So we'll build that up. It's not going to stop the people that are already feeling cold and sad, but it'll at least help. And our hope meter is relatively rising, and our discontent is not horrible. Hold at home and at work. So how much does it cost? Build steam. It costs 20. We're also going to want to build one of those beacons, and that probably will cost steel, so I want to hold off before I overcommit too much. But yeah, keeping people warm is going to be a big one for sure. This one's livable for now. Yeah, there's not even an option to heat that area up, which is kind of nice. So that simplifies things a little bit. For this one, I might even say, like, let's go maybe take this one down a peg. Because we're going to be building this up. Is there coal over here? There's wood, and there's steel. There's nothing else we can take the steel and the wood down. In fact, I'll just go ahead and set this to none. So yeah, I kind of want to focus more on the stuff that's happening over on this side. Building the roads up, which is nice. And once that's finished, actually we have enough wood. I'm going to set this to none real quick. Set these both to none. Because I think I'm assuming that once the idea is once this is built, they'll grab from these things, I guess, automatically. We still need some coal incoming though. Like that's well, I guess that's where the thumpers come into play though. Maybe the thumpers would help diminish the need to like go in and manually extract things. So this one is done. Let's set that to max. They're gathering wood and steel. Right, so they'll gather that without me having to manually assign it, I think. How that works. Alright, so still one person sick that is staying home. This person is on the brink of death. But they're, I guess, in the infirmary right now. Oh, that's cool, Quick Nick. They're launching a rocket. I'd actually not heard about that. That's pretty cool. I know that there was something that Amazon's, or Jeff Bezos' space company, they're doing something in a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's this week or sometime next month or what have you, but there was something with them that I heard about. I didn't hear anything about NASA specifically. So I was keeping an eye on the hunting post to see what the boys were doing. The fellas trying to backseat NASA. That's the joy of the internet, man. Like, no matter what the situation is, no matter how out of pocket someone might be in like trying to provide, you know, helpful advice, there's always gonna be that like certain little percentage of peeps that gets the wrong idea. It's the wrong idea. It's like, nah, I know better than these people that went to, you know, to get multiple degrees in this kind of subject, but working at this place for who knows how many years. Like, nah, I know better. 12 people are sick. Yeah, that's really going to affect our productivity. This one's livable, that one's livable. So I'm not going to bother with those having the heater set on. That one's good as well. It's cold, but at least the heater's going. So this is the only one that's like kind of untenable. That's with the cold temperatures. And that research for the beacon is taking its sweet time. Maybe what I could go ahead and do is still build one of these steam hubs, though. We have enough steam for one, enough steel for one of them. We could get like a bunch of the houses on this corner. It's a little weird to build it so close. Yeah, these are chilly. These are cold. Because they're a little bit further out, I suppose. Kind of surprised this one is... Oh, that's a stockpile, though. Yeah, so if I built one right here, it kind of leaves these two kind of SOL. Just 4 of them. Oh, you can build them in the city. Or, like, within the limits of the city. That's kind of nice. So something like... right there, or maybe right there would be, like, maximizing efficiency. This is quite a bit more coal. But that might be nicer for making the people less miserable. Which is probably something I'm inclined to go for. They put the stop on a good spot. Yeah, that'd be, was it this guy here? No, what was it? Yeah, the stockpile here. It is an unfortunate spot. Yeah, it would have been nice to have put these 2 tents up close. But I realize that, like, as the coal pile has been depleted. As the number of peeps, as the number of colonists goes up, like, inevitably we'll have, you know, that kind of population growing pains. That is to be expected, I suppose, to some degree, so... just part of the fun. Part of the joy of this happy situation we're in right now. So we can get more coal from the coal pile. I probably should. Get another 5. Or however much we can get. 15, I mean, I suppose so. So that one's maxed out. Beacon has been researched. Discontent is raising slightly because of all the sickness. And we can use the beacon then, or not use it, but build a beacon specifically. 35 steel, there it is. Yeah, that is quite a lot. Of course, we're working on gathering some steel. While we're waiting on that, maybe I shouldn't have made that steam hub, but oh well. Kind of request a test in the game. If there was something that in particular that you were kind of thinking, Quick Nick, if there was something you were curious about, I'm definitely down for ideas or suggestions. If you see something that you're kind of curious about, you can go ahead and still research something, by the way. We want to save on steel if possible. Coal thumpers interest me greatly. Let's research coal thumpers. And then probably at some point we want to go ahead and go for the tier 2. which takes, I think it said 50 wood to unlock. We're definitely in range to be able to do that. The one little garbage drum fire. That's I guess the one little piece that's keeping them warm in that particular area. Verify whether the tents in range of the steam hub plus the generator are warmer than the generator or not. Good question. So the hub has been built. I don't know if this is the kind of thing that like takes a while to war up and to see the benefits right now. Like the one right next to the hub is still chilly. The stockpile is cold, but there's nobody that works in the well, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's anybody that works in the stockpile, so that's fine. Medical posts, they're fine. Of course, they have their own heater, and if I could almost get away maybe with turning off their heater. So right now, these all just say chilly, and these two right here also say chilly. I'm assuming though, yeah, maybe it just doesn't say it right now. Good weather. Build installation and heat zone. So heat zone is, it still just says 1 for heat zone, which is a little bit surprising. But yeah, like I said, maybe that will increase over time. Let's unpause. As yeah, I'm with you. It's like you would think you'd see some pretty significant differences, but we'll kind of check on that from time to time. How is the gravely sick situation now that we've gotten this built up? This guy built up here. Speaking of temperatures, this one is still cold. Or still chilly, but it's not cold. Heater is on right now. So it's better. Better given the proximity of all these things that are nearby. Wasn't there 2 wood stockpiles nearby? I think one of them already got emptied out. Oh, Quicknick is saying maybe the heat zones don't stack. Oh shit! So maybe what you're maybe indicating or hinting is that maybe I shouldn't have built that there. Cause yeah, you probably knew exactly what I was thinking. Where I'm thinking, oh, they're chilly. Okay, well let's get it livable instead of chilly. Maybe you can't make it livable, or maybe it's chilly. Maybe it's this issue where you can't overcome it. Because of heat zone being +1, you can't get a heat zone +2. Maybe there's like a tier 2 heat zone thing. That'd be kind of cool. If there was something that would be like a more powered up version of the Steam Hub. I'm wondering if I should just decommission, if I should deconstruct it. We would lose 5 steel overall, which is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, to your point, I'm wondering if this is just a waste. Just a waste of resources. I have nothing else. We could just set it so that it's only on during the work day, which would save. But yeah, if it's just going to be a drain on our coal resources without giving us anything of substance in return, then I'm skeptical of its ability to provide any worth for us. Building roads between buildings is nice. Affects their positions. They have to do right. Yeah, just like in RimWorld, where you have to kind of consider how long it takes somebody to get from point A to point B, kind of build it into their efficiency. So yeah, the zigzagging of roads, yeah, trying to like plan ahead of time it's a good idea. It's a good idea trying to plan ahead of time. It's of course easier said than done. Yeah, so I might let that sit for just a little bit longer to see if we notice any difference, but yeah, I'm thinking we might just have to decommission this, and which would not be the worst thing in the whole world. It would let us build a beacon that much faster. We are at 24 steel. Yeah, that would bump us up to the safety zone for sure. We actually regained our steel reserves a lot quicker than I was thinking we would. So, doing it. Oh well, thank you both for that. It's very nice of you guys. I'm doing it, dismantling it. Get it out of my sight. I appreciate the kind words, and you can probably tell I'm over here like, oh, this game makes me nervous. This game makes me nervous. It makes me especially nervous because Ogasso was saying, one of my mods, he was saying like, man, this game is cool, but he didn't like it because it stressed him out too much. And I'm like, Ogasso plays a lot of these kinds of games, and he does like the 4X games, like the 4X strategy games. He does all this kind of stuff. So if this game was too stressful for him, I'm just a squishy little baby that barely plays this kind of shit. So I'm over here like, man, this is scary. Sick beds are needed. Yeah, let's get another one going. 1/3 to treatment. Let's not overpromise. Let's build another sick bed. That's not a bad idea. Not a shabby ideas. So let's get another one of these guys. Where's the first medical bed? Be kind of cool to have them be close together. Post. Boop. And then light the beacons. Let's read the description a little bit closer. An event. First amputation. Care house or prosthetics law. Won't be able to work. Let's take a look at the options. Because of radical treatment, let's see what we have to go with. These games are usually fairly relaxing. That's a fair point. I mean, I guess they're contemplative and you have to make hard choices. But the idea of this game, like, you know, really grinding you down, of course, is going to be a unique one. Unique in that sense compared to more, yeah, maybe more relaxing and more I don't know, reflective. Kind of a cool down game versus a grind you to paste kind of game. Be cared for at low cost in special homes. One of those. Wait, hold on. Oh, whoops, yeah, care house. It sounded like there was like another thing they'd mentioned. There was care house or something. But yeah, these wouldn't help. That's for the ill, that's for just medical stuff in general. Kept alive, no longer a burden. They don't eat as much. I mean, yeah. It's either that or I send them to the fighting arena. Evening bouts will reduce discontent, which is kind of cool. Interesting. I almost wondered if one of the detriments would be like, well, there's a chance that one of your guys might die mid-battle or some shit. Child labor, oh boy. They yearn for the mines. Cemetery, corpse disposal. Soup and food additives. Feed more people. Discontent will rise. Hope will rise. Discontent will rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent, yeah. That sounds like one that Jim was kind of indicating where it's like, this would be a nice way to save resources, but it seems like that would really build up some sadness over time. Additives. Oh, sawdust. It's not more filling. It's definitely not more healthy. Some people will get ill. Ooh. Neither of these sound good. These both sound miserable. And that's the point. Well, I mean, honestly, I like soup, personally. But eating it every day, okay, sure, that would start to grind me down after a bit. Yeah, I noticed that too. You can see there's the public house. You can kind of like get a little indication. Organ transplant, ceremonial funerals. I'm just over here, like, I'm looking at this stuff though, and I'm over here like, man, I don't really see either these going towards good places. The greater the struggle, the greater the triumph. That's right. That's how these games typically go. I think I'm down for the chaos. There's triage, prosthetics. Prosthetics actually might be helpful in the long term. So let's go for this one.
Listen, everyone.
Go for that one. Learn about the care house. Half the food rations, 20 people per capacity. Not too bad. Oddly enough, they're just both the same. Oh, well, they're not exactly the same, but the care house is the same basic gist here. Farthest Frontier is a really good one. And then there's Frostpunk, right? Yeah, very different kind of thing. Different experience. And maybe that's what it comes down to. Maybe because I've had my expectations, maybe not altered, but my expectations are maybe a little bit different. Maybe that's the key here. Our food rations have gone down quite a bit, which is a little bit surprising. We don't have as much raw food as I would hope. What I might want to do is build up. We have max number of workers here. Only 6 are available right now. Oh, well, they are building right now. That's probably it, part of it at least. I might want to build a second hunter's hut. Yeah, get the medical post, and then, yeah, get a care house built. But I was also talking about the beacon, right? Send scouts to search wilderness. So I'm guessing this is another one of those where it doesn't necessarily have to be close to something. It doesn't have to be, like, connected. So I'm going to set it out here. Because it doesn't make it sound like it's a workstation where people will be just hanging out forever. So we're good there. Set that to max. Medical posts. Got to be engineers specifically. They're human engineers. They engineer on humans. It's totally different. And the heater on. Healthcare promise has been fulfilled. Life is good. The heat is on. So it's a new option in the cookhouse. Wait, hold on. Go back to the cookhouse specifically. Oh, you're saying if I turn it on, or if I research or sign the law, it enables it in the cookhouse, but it's not set forever. Yeah. So it's not like you're committed like forever, like, oh god, we have to do this. Like we have to, like it's set like that forever. It's more of a, it will be an option in times of desperation, but yeah, not at all a thing that is required. Beacon has been built. We're no longer lost and blind. Cool. Oh. Cutscene. Big old beacon. So I guess the idea is people will they'll either come to us or we'll flock to them. Like try to bring them here. Whoa. Sorry, my mouse all the way down. So that opens up the overworld map, which we had not seen before. So we can deploy things now. So we can create a scouting party. 5 people and 40 woods. And we are researching coal thumpers right now. The survivors of our lost expedition. And that would be this. Send scouts here to learn more about this place. Lost members of expedition. So we'll be able to presumably get some people to bring back into our city. Bolster our resources with more peeps. Like the carriage is housed at least. It's pretty impressive, honestly. I kind of want to zoom out a little bit more so I can see the full deal there. That is pretty impressive. Then we have something happening here. A few things, actually. A frightened patient. One of our people is facing death, but he's still refusing amputation. Doesn't want anyone to touch his leg. Won't change his mind. But gangrene will kill him in a matter of hours. So, do we let him die? Or do we force him? Do we force him? I'm leaning towards take the leg. We'll be able to give him a prosthetic in a bit anyway. Surely this will, like, cause discontent. Obviously. What if the beacon is using Morse code? That would make sense. I mean, yeah, there's limited abilities limited options when it comes to, you know, directing people outside, or directing communications rather outside the colony. Kind of like a lighthouse. Yeah, that makes sense. Take the leg. Cute. Ready to search. We needed this win, man. We need this dub. It's an actual feat. It's something we've made happen. So it's a decent milestone. We should be proud of it here in Frostland. We need this win. Very good. That's something. And then let's learn about beacons. Cookhouse or medical hub must at least be chilly. But I mean, in the heat zone around the generator or a steam hub. Makes sense. Which we kind of saw how that works earlier. Explore with scouts deployed to the beacon panel. Self-sufficient and can venture great distances from the city. You might find good resources, survivors, and maybe even shed light on the world and its fate. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Alrighty. Good there. And then we're still in late night mode. The good news is we're gonna have the temperature's gonna bounce back a bit, so that'll help with people being sick and miserable. But it will of course drop again significantly 4 or 5 days afterwards. So we shall not get too comfortable. Our food rations are getting quite low. I'm a little bit concerned Oh, but they are hunting though. Okay. So that will help. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should build another hunter's hut. They're saying that there's 5 available. I think that means 5 available beyond the workers we have available right now. Well, pile's still out here pretty cold, obviously. And once this finishes, there we go, the workday has begun. Or no, well, not quite. I think 8 a.m. is when it starts. Very steamy. Oh, I think the temperature has raised slightly. Very, very slightly, but it is raised in some... Oh, wow, look at that. Holy shit, we're fucking flying. Wow, I'm gonna turn that shit off, actually, for a bit. That thing is also flying. It is beyond cozy. Turn that shit off. Oh my god, this one's flying too, man. I think that was exactly the key. I think that was exactly the key. These things were popping the shit off there. That's kind of nice then. 86% on that guy. The discontent has gone down. The amount of sick is still concerning. Although I suspect we're probably going to see that drop off in a bit. Well, it's only negative 22 Fahrenheit. That's so much. That's so warm. Look at that. Look at that heat wave. That's how it goes sometimes, man. Like, it's been so cold here in the Midwest for like a week plus, but then it got up to like 35 the other day, and it felt like a heat wave. It felt like it was suns out, guns out. It was great. So I will indeed. Well, let's see. I mean, on the one hand, I would like to do something like this. I would like to do something, but I also... Well, I want to start tier 2. I want to do this. Get to tier 2, but I also want to get the beacon going. So let's get the beacon going. We're going to... Whoops. The Lost Expedition. Make it so. Sent to Lost Expedition. So they are ready. They're going. And that will take a bit. Oh, I paused accidentally. So research goal not set. I mean, I could just go ahead and research something like the sawmill or the steelworks. It takes 10 to research. So, I mean, we could just get them going with something. Kind of want to save up, though, for the drawing boards. I suspect there's probably stuff in the second tier that would really be worth their while. Can I go ahead and build a coal thumper? It probably takes more wood. Coal thumper. 15 wood. We could afford one. Negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So cozy. So cozy. It's almost as bad right there, Quick Nick. Yeah, I know tonight's going to get down to like 4 degrees Fahrenheit. I checked earlier. I know it's getting real frosty tonight. IRL Frostpunk tonight. I'm here in St. Louis, so we've been getting quite a bit of fun extreme weather things. Right now it's 13 degrees, which is not what I would call great. Picard reference? Yeah, I am a fan of Next Generation for sure. Make it so, number 1. Actually, I was really happy. My wife got some Earl Grey. Some packets of Earl Grey tea. And she's never really watched Star Trek, so you know, the significance of it was lost in her, but I was excited. I was excited, and that's what matters. Care house. How much does a care house cost? Maybe I should prioritize that. Yeah, I should prioritize this. Snuggle that up right in between the other... Not in between, but next to the other medical things. But make that happen. And then the expedition is doing its thing. Oops. I want to like zoom in and see how they're doing, but if I zoom in any more than this, it kicks me out of that screen. You can see they're cooking. They're just cruising along there. I imagine there's probably other settlements to eventually discover. We only know about the Lost Expedition and the crash site. To wrecked vehicles. So I'm guessing with expeditions, you probably learn more about the world, hear rumors of other cities, other gatherings, that kind of thing. Food rations per day. Yeah, I'm concerned that our initial raw food amounts have floundered pretty hard. Is it because, yeah, we are cooking. It requires raw food. It's not that like they've just been eating the raw food. We've definitely been cooking food rations. And it's not that we have too many or well too few workers. Maybe we have too many. It's not we have too few workers or anything. Building streets. Is the implication that this is in a not good location? This is under construction. Maybe they can't get to it. Maybe I need to build a road, because I kind of assumed it was like connected, kind of, sort of. See if that's enough to make it happy. Oh, did I do it right? Yeah, that should be good. So I see the red. You're in construction. Full power's been depleted, which is not great news. Not surprising news, but not great news. So we have a few left over here. That one's next. Wood reserves are at 15. Oh, I never did select something, did I? Yeah, because I was kind of waiting on this. Well, I was weighing my options. I'd like to get that 50 built up. For the next tier. Something else I could be kind of considering here. I keep seeing 67% work efficiency. One employee delivers of wait. Base efficiency. Oh, because one person is absent because they're in treatment. I see. That makes sense. And that built up. There we go. Yeah, because we got the road constructed. This is also, yeah, current efficiency. So 15 people are up. 12 people are absent. Oh, because they're going to build, though. Okay, that's fine. 2 are in treatment. Yeah, normally they are not going to be absent. Bring raw food. Yeah, best I can think of is maybe just get a second. Established. Good. Hope rises. Good. Discontent goes down. I suppose, yeah, let's get another hunter's hut. That's best I can think. Is another one of those will help. Because I'm concerned about just this number is constantly 0, and that makes me nervous. We even researched the more gooder hunter's gear. Unless I have to do something to enable that. But I would assume probably not. Yeah, go into hunt, yeah. More hunters, baby. More hunters, let's hunt it. We're gonna hunt it up. Captain, I have legitimate concerns about... And then Picard cuts him off. I'm gonna stop you right there, bro. I will not be engaging with this thing. Not concerned. Low temperatures in their homes. Users to fall ill when it's cold. Right, let's heat some homes. So... Discontent will rise slightly if you ignore it. I guess that's the thing. I guess I don't know how to heat it, though. Because the answer was not building another thing. So, I don't know if I want to commit to this. Heating one of the cold homes within 2 days. Because if the answer is not build base heaters, then I guess the option would be like to research better heaters. You can bump the generator heat, though. Generator heat would probably be the key, then. There's an eco. Okay, that's kind of nice, too. Resources over time. So would that be... Let's see. Oh, that's probably it. So I need to research steam level, too, which probably happens with this thing. Steam hub upgrade, probably generator power upgrade. That's probably it. That's probably it. So I've kind of, I have 2 days. I've kind of committed to this. I have 2 days to make it happen, and no wood right now to make it happen. Yeah, the economy tab. Oh, addition. Let's see what we got. Scouts will await your orders. Okay. Gonna deal with what they find. Alrighty. So I'm waiting. Do we want to explore? Rest of our people may camp here, but I'll escort them to the city. I say explore it. Sounds great. A happy reunion. So they appear. A choir of excited voices welcome us. Wandering for days until we couldn't go on any longer. Starting to starve. Children and adults surround us. Packed and ready to go. Good. So we discovered a few new sites. A sturdy shelter. A gloomy cave. We escort the survivors to the city, or do we send them to the city? Probably everybody comes back, honestly. Yeah, I guess that's the thing where if you wanted to keep exploring. But I think I'm okay to have everyone else come back home for a bit. Bring us some new peeps, which is nice. Alright, that was good. That was good. They'll be back in 6 hours. Not too shabby. Very nice, very nice. Zoop. So, still concerned about our wood reserves. That continues to kind of be our main issue here. And here's the thing, most of them are actually pretty chill. Most of everyone's doing all right, relatively speaking. It's these two back here that are, of course, outside the range that are struggling. Now, I don't have the steel for it, but previously I would have said, well, we could just build one of those space heaters. They said we need to have it be cold, or have it not be cold for what they say, 2 days, I think. How good that workshop's cooking, my goodness. That's a pretty good one. Is that a Zytio raid? Is that a Zytio raid while I live and breathe? I'm over here playing games and Zytio exposing his side hole to me, getting me all hot and bothered. Whew, I'll just say this much. It's a good thing you can't see anything above the waist right now, because it would be very TOS violating. Thank you, Zytio. You're very generous. Thank you, buddy. Out here exposing his side hole, it's a good day. It's a good goddamn day when Zytio is whipping out his side hole for all to see. So nice for you. It's so nice of you. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Zytio. Very excited. Side hole raid, man. So exciting. All about that side hussy. Thank you, buddy. Doing some Noita. Can I be extremely nosy and ask what was tonight's Noita challenge? Because Zytio is not one of those just normal, like, one of these normie ass streamers who just plays a game, yucks it up with his chat, and then goes home. This man does like weird shit. He hooks up fucking raw hot dogs and onions and potatoes as control devices, as input devices, and presses them to control the game. He does the wildest shit, plays goofy modded stuff. Dude is a true mad scientist when it comes to the games he streams. So yes, I'm curious, like what tonight in particular was on deck, because that is always a good time. The Zytio streams are always a good time. We are playing a game that is, by many measures, a not good time. This is Frostpunk. No one's having a good time in Frostpunk. It is a strategy, colony management, resource management, city builder game where the apocalypse has happened, basically. Everything's cold, everything's fucked. Frost permeates everything. Snow is constant. Temperatures are negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit on the regular, sometimes worse. And you're kind of expected to not succeed for a while. Like, you're expected to fail constantly until you find like a winning situation. So yeah, it's a nice cozy uwu game. It's so relaxing. It's not relaxing, but it is fun. It is a fun game. It's very good. And also Zytio, you probably know this. Whenever somebody raids, I'm always excited to ask if you have any clips to share. If you have any clips to share, I always love to see what kind of fun stuff you've been up to. It's always fun. Always fun to get a pop into your streams. And I love his channel point redemptions. Always so creative with the webcam interactions and the ping pong launcher that hits him in the face, or the spray bottle, or the printer he's got set up. All the Shrek stuff, dude. It's such a fucking party. Ain't no party like the Zytio party. So here's our scouting party. Here's a different kind of party. Scouting party returns with some survivors and some resources. Look at that. Reunions. A rare moment of happy things happening in this game. This game is... and here's the other thing, too, of course. We're in the butt crack of winter right now. The middle of January. This is kind of how it feels right now. I think right now, what I said earlier, it's going to get down to 4 degrees tonight. It's getting stupid tonight in many parts of the Midwest. But we did just have this nice thing happen in this game where a spot of good news, which never happens in this game. We actually were successful in our settlement, not in our settlement, in our scouting. We found some survivors, brought them back to our colony, and maybe there's other settlements nearby, perhaps. Since the first expeditions left London long ago, they might even be well established. So maybe we should look for others eventually. No rush, but eventually. At least living conditions and homes. But what's happening here? A note of thanks. Oh, that's nice. With the work we have to do, it's hard for families to properly care for the invalid. Right. The care house is nice when it comes to allowing... nice for allowing, some kind of, like, care for people who are unable to work with living conditions that are here and just the reality of extreme frostbite and injuries and such. Sometimes amputations have to happen, and those folks are oftentimes unable to work, so the care houses helps to kind of remove some of the pressure. So there's a trail leading into the wilderness. We could follow it, should follow it even. So now we have more peeps, which is great. So we have more workers who can help us out with stuff, which is great. We have even more need for more food. I was just noting how we never have enough raw food for anything. Do I send peeps out to a sturdy shelter? Learn more about this place. No sign of movement though. Wonder what the yellow entails. Little yellow indicator, like if that means like, ooh, that's some good shit. That's some of that good. I will. Should I just go ahead and send them out for it? We got the peeps. 22 hours to arrive. It'll be a bit, sure. We'll send them out for it, right, Sheena? Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna send them out for the expedition. It'll be a bit. I mean, they just arrived. Send them out again. The hunters are presumably hunting at this time. Yeah, better for collecting stuff. That is very helpful. That is very, very helpful. Especially because I was just noting how we were having a hard time finding people for the second hunter's hut. I'm hoping 2 hunters' hut is enough. 2 hunters' huts is enough for this number of peeps. I was saving up for... Let's see, we still have wood. Not a ton of wood. But I was saving up wood for the tier 2 research. That will be the big one. Bloop. Yes, there's 50 wood for that one. And go and fast track it since we are ending the workday. A lot of people are homeless though. We also need to build some more tents. I would like the idea of more housing options. Like a bunkhouse would be nice. That's what that tier 2 would get us, which would be really, really nifty. Max that thing out. There we go. Yes, that's gonna raise discontent slightly. 30 people being homeless, 32. We brought a lot of people home with us, more than I was expecting. So we had an exact number of homes for the people that were around. Find another settlement. So that's what we're working on right now. That'll take 18 hours. Real life hours. No, end game hours. Can you imagine? 1 sick absence for the engineer. That's fine though. And do we have... Alright, so nobody is gravely sick. That's good. Some people are still going to work. Some people are resting. The care house. So here's medical post number 1. What's the second one? Oh, there we go. So they are both full. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, so... But we have... There we go. We have raw food. So we can start cooking. Hopefully we'll have enough. See, ideally we could kind of build up our reserves a little bit. We are running low on coal. I kind of forgot to deal with that situation. Except, no, that's not true. We have this working. If I should get this one going too. It's coal piles. We will need to build those coal thumpers. We've really kind of stopped on wood for a bit, although work is resuming, which is helpful. Not a moment too soon. So yeah, these things are bottlenecking us worse than I was worse and faster than I thought that they would. Okay, there we go. They're carving new paths. Food-wise... Man. Are these the hunters coming back? Yeah, to the hunter's hut. So the raw food they came back with was not much that first time around. So that's them emerging from the wilderness. Yeah, you just kind of see them materializing. So here we go. So now the raw food is going to go up quite a bit. It occurs to me that they have to go all the way from somewhere in the wilderness to the storage area. Stockpiles, which is right here. It's not the most convenient, although it's kind of hard to tell where they're... Oh, I guess that's the idea. Maybe they leave for the wilderness closest to the hunter's hut. Maybe that's how that works. So anyway, wood is up to 17. We're gonna run out of wood fairly soon. So what I might want to do, I think I'm going to, let's see, this one has 5 people, 5 workers. This one has a full 15. I think I might take this, I'm gonna remove that entirely, put those on the wood, and just see if this maxed out coal will be enough. Actually, I say that. Oh, never mind. That's efficiency, and not how much has been plundered. We're good there. We have lots of steel. And of course, this will be empty fairly soon, because 28 wood remain here. Just enough for that tier 2 upgrade. And 1 steel. Yeah, so this is nearing its limit and being useful for us. So we'll want to decommission this gathering post pretty soon here. Which is fine. We don't have like an immediate need for that much steel right now anyway. And still concerned about no raw food. It looks like people are like putting stuff away in the stockpiles. So what's been happening then? Maybe this is the issue. Maybe this is what's been plaguing me. So there's an economy view, which I've not clicked on before. Maybe I should have clicked on this sooner. So, ration gain. Yeah, we've definitely been losing, obviously. Consumption, 40 a day. Only 40 a day. So the hunter set, we have 2 of them, obviously. Right now, it's 0% efficiency. Right now. Because it's the daytime. They hunt in the nighttime. The cookhouse, yeah, that makes sense. As far as raw food, yes, I'm quite aware. So it seems like we need even more then. I was surprised because at the very, very start, it seemed like we were doing good. We had like a you know, a comfortable triple-digit amount of raw food, or maybe not raw food, but of rations. Maybe it was because it maybe there was like a starting amount of food that we had that I hadn't really considered, because I know we started with some raw resources. That explains it. Okay, because yeah, that kind of gave me that kind of made me think, oh yeah, like we got a pretty good system, but now I'm realizing it's not quite that pleasant. Not quite that easy. We could build a third, but I mean, yeah, it's our lack of wood is really getting us right now. We'll have to continue tightening our belts. I guess let's build a third hunter's hut then. Can't really think of much else. We really don't have any other options as far as means to get food. Scouts can find food. Yeah, it seemed like they had found some. It was kind of unclear. I guess I didn't look that closely as to like what their situation looked like. But yeah, and I was kind of surprised by that. So we'll get that built up then. Of course, it's not going to happen right now. It's going to be a hungry night, unfortunately. Hungry day, rather. Well, there's only a few hours left in the workday anyway. Our coal reserves are built back up, which is good. It didn't cost too much to build the hunter's hut, which is good. All pretty comfortable. Yeah, unfortunately, we're probably not going to reach... Well, we still have 24 hours, maybe. Maybe we could. Maybe we could still make it. I'm still trying to, like, build up. One person has died. Still trying to build up the unknown causes. Build up our wood reserves so we can actually get the that tier 2 situation worked up. Oh, it was the amputee, right? So he committed suicide. So it was either that or he was probably going to die of gangrene. So he was gonna die one way or the other. So we either acknowledge it or sign the prosthetics law. Prosthetics law would be good. And you know what? Maybe I should have done that sooner. Maybe that's the way to avoid something like that, is to sign that into law first. Okay. There's also the cemetery or corpse disposal law. We need a way to dispose of bodies when this kind of thing happens. So let's open the book of laws for sure. But I'm gonna say that probably the priority is the prosthetics. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's make that happen. So we're good there. Nick says only 2 hungry and I am one of them. I can't say I blame you. I remember when I would play Don't Starve with my friends back in the day. Don't Starve together. So much of the game is focused on, you know, constantly being out of food. And playing that game, it's like I would be reminded of that. It's like, oh, now I'm getting hungry. Talking about starving, now I'm starving. What the hell? I'm going to go and dismantle this because everything has been depleted around it. I don't think there's any benefit to this thing. Let's dismantle it. That gets us some raw resources back. And that, of course, does open up more possibilities. That allows us to build more wood. Folks over here. The Hunter's Hut has been constructed. Let's max that out as much as we can. The more, the merrier. Alright, actually, we have just enough wood to get that tier 2 research going. So we shall do exactly that. Upgrade, baby. Some people are concerned about the lack of shelter. I'll provide some shelter. 13 people. We can do that. How hard could it be? So the livable homes thing would be nifty. That, of course, requires the tier 2 upgrade. Once we have that upgrade available to us, it would be under heating. It doesn't say how much. I can't click it right now, but hopefully it's not too expensive. We have a decent bit of steel. So if it's a large steel investment, then we could probably manage that if nothing else. So I think what I'm going to do is step back down to 5 for a bit and raise this back up so we have more people to hunt right now. Now is the time for hunting. That's full, that's full, that's full. We have a lot of hunters, man. I'm kind of surprised that it takes this many. These guys are going for... Wait, so what are they going for? The steel wreckage? What are you guys doing? Or maybe they're hunting. I can't click them, so I guess it's because they're hunting. I was gonna say, I have nothing assigned for the steel wreckage, so that's not it. I think Steam might be having some odd things. I keep seeing Steam. I'm getting, like, spamming of, like, so-and-so's playing this, so-and-so's playing this, so-and-so's playing this, like every so often. So I think I might be going online and offline on Steam all the dang time, which is indicative of some shenanigans going on. Anything else I can remove people from? The care house we definitely want... Well, those are for inhabitants, not for workers. Okay, so we only need... Well, I mean, we don't need anybody. We don't need anybody there right now, obviously. But we will eventually. Medical posts. Yeah, there's always patience. Always patience in the medical posts. There's no assigned people there. Yeah, they're walking past. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I think they're entering the wilderness there. That's how that's working. Yeah, so just lots of hunting caravans. We need a lot of raw food. There's the prosthetics thingy, and for that matter, is it the workshop they said? Found the sturdy shelter, by the way. Well supplied and built to withstand the worst weather, an advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. Let's explore it. Leads to another city. Shelter's comfortable. There's emergency supplies. There's a notice. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. Means there's another city out there. Cool. So we discovered a steel bridge. London, 1934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Well, I'll take whatever can be taken. Which does include some food. So the steel bridge is out that a ways. Right, so now... Can I just say, alright, come home? I mean, I guess I could send them out to the steel bridge. I guess there's never a time. Yeah, 13 hours to arrive there. I mean, I guess there's no time like the present, but I mean, I kind of need their resources. I guess now's the time to do this, though. They're never going to be any closer. And hopefully those hunting parties will come back soon. Is there anything else I can... like, kind of delve into? The lack of manpower is getting me. These are about as stocked as they can be. And still obviously no new wood. That's that bottleneck continues to get us, unfortunately. It's a little bit weird to have to kind of do that in micromanaging, but I guess if nothing else during the day, maybe that's the key. Maybe during the day, just kind of lower that and raise that back up, maybe back up to 15. That might just be the key. Fast forward it for now. 10 people are sick. Notice when we hit 5 a.m., it will automatically go back into normal speed, which I guess is a nice way to make sure you don't blast past something that you didn't mean to miss. At least we're alive. Yeah, I perceive some measured optimism. Even though we are running low on coal. That one's maxed out. We could, well, no, I don't have the wood for it. I was about to say we could potentially build another like little gathering spot out here. Goodness, at least the road is fairly close by, which is good. It's the sun's coming out. The downside is we're gonna have a pretty gnarly temperature drop in a few days. It will last for a few days before it rises back up again. It's always so alluring. It says temperature rising. It's more temperature normalizing. Nothing's rising. Here we go. We're getting some food. 37. I'll have the cookhouse doing its thing. Once the business hours begin in 5 minutes. So, I'm kind of curious if I say the economy. The Hunter's Hut. Processing efficiency. Food processing. Daily grain. 3 raw food a day. 50 raw food a day. Man, with 3 of these things. Standard meals. Yeah, maybe that's the key. Maybe thinking more about, like, if I could go back time and do this differently. Maybe the key here is really respecting how, like, so much of your workforce has to be hunters. Or just, like, go crazy into research and presumably get other kinds of food generating, like, options. Because right now, hunting is the only thing we have available. The cookhouse obviously is indispensable. Like, obviously we need one of those. But yeah, maybe building more hunter's huts sooner and possibly speccing into like the soup or sawdust options. This at least makes me happier that now that we've gotten 3 of these things, mostly fully stocked, we're like getting closer to breaking even. And I suspect that kind of with the balancing act of during the day having the wood crates gathering be higher. Not that there's much left. Versus this guy, you know, versus up in the act for this guy, up in the ante for this one. 12 hours, that's about to complete. Here we go. Yeah, it's them coming back right now. Are there any other wood gathering options? I think the answer is no. And that is bad. Maybe I shouldn't have invested in that second tier thingy. We have no other wood gathering options at all, and I do not have like the sawmill thing. This is taking a long time. Well, maybe not that long. It's 8 hours at 100% research rate. So it'll complete during today's stuff. Do I have, though, enough to invest into one of these things? Wall drills are probably more efficient, but a sawmill will get us, you know, past the point of desperation. We could always decommission something, you know, deconstruct some buildings, that kind of thing. Sawmill costs 10, so it wouldn't. It will be able to get that if nothing else. We'll get to that point probably fairly soon at the rate things are going. Bringing up some raw food at least. That's reassuring. Yeah, it just goes away so quick. It's unfortunate that it takes so many people to get so few food back. But this is how we learn. Kind of curious if I say that expedition will be completing soon. We go back to what's it called? This guy. I can maybe even see ahead of time. Food, health, and shelter. Hothouse. I'm assuming bunkhouse is, of course, for as a source of shelter. I wonder what the hothouse entails. Maybe that's the key. Only be built at specific spots. I kind of wondered that, yeah, because there's a point earlier when I was like going to build something. There's like these little, well, maybe that's not a good example. Yeah, there's like these little fellows, these little things right there, which I assume is some kind of indication of a certain kind of resource can be found on that part of the wall. I guess that would be one such wall drill spot. Actually, or I guess either of these could be wall drilled for. I guess that's maybe coal, maybe that's wood. So that's kind of one thing that kind of jumps to mind. That's the thing that we need to research it before we can build it. It costs 10 to research and then 10 to build. That's actually not too bad for the sawmill. So we're not without options. We'll not be without options. They've got quite a bit of wood on them and a lot of food rations and a single steam core. Whatever they find at the bridge, hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully, I mean, this was a bit of a gamble, I recognize, having them just go for the bridge versus just coming right back. It was a gamble. We'll see if it pays out. Oh, right, I guess it pauses when you zoom out like that. All right, I bet. I was just kind of waiting. So we reached the bridge. What's the deal? All right, let's explore it. A functional automaton. That sounds cool. Marveling at the steel bridge spanning it. Huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. Maybe we could send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. Automatons sound awesome. There's also a weather station and a large convoy. The resources would most likely be just more steel. I don't think we really need steel right now, at least. Send to the city. Reprogram the automatons, set it on its way. Alright. So we could keep going. Nah, we need those resources, man. Let's come back home. Send him back home. That was, I like to think, worthwhile. So we found a deserted bridge to winter home. We're on the right track, but why was the bridge deserted? Okay. Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? They are valuable, but yeah, disassembly gives you the steam cores. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because we have one of those from an earlier expedition. I'm guessing those are for like really fancy kinds of building situations. Good to know. Good to know. And he'll be here probably fairly soon. Oh yeah, here we go. In 1 day. 1 day. So you have some meals in the meantime. Is there anything else? I'm gonna... We're actually doing relatively okay on coal. I'm gonna lower that. And raise this up. Oops. Come up, Gina. Actually, I'm gonna lower that by a few more so I can up this further. I wonder how that got lower. That's kind of surprising. Come up. There we go. So we're doing good there. Relatively speaking, relatively good. This one's almost complete. 20 wood to our name. Drawing boards have been researched, so now other research things are available. So earlier, I was pondering upon this guy. We do have the means to afford it. It'll take 8 hours. Temperature in all heat zones. Oh, maybe it'd be the range upgrade. Maybe that's what it is. Coal use, oh, is doubled. That's rough. Coal use is doubled when the setting is in use. They're probably both that way, aren't they? Ooh, that's rough. Steam hubs actually might be more efficient then. We're trying to build, but that might be the key. Man, I should have realized that there would have been some pretty harsh consequences to raising the power like that. More scouts. Sounds nice. I was talking about, yeah, wall drilling, that kind of thing. It costs, oh, there we go. It costs one of those cores. So that'd be for uncovering wood. Charcoal kiln. Uses intense heat to char up to 70 wood. To produce, okay, to convert wood into coal. Coal mining also takes a core. Whereas, of course, we got those coal thumpers earlier. Okay. Then the hothouse. Hardy crops can be grown here. Oh. 30 raw food per day. Also costs some cores. So we're going to need some kind of way to find more of those cores. Now that we're seeing just how valuable those things are. It's like Jim said, those things are great. Compost upgrades, 10% faster healing. Bunkhouse is at least fairly chill in its requirements. Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know, man. This either of these seem so expensive with their coal requirements. Drafting machines, right? That'd be for the second tier. More scouts. I guess that means they just scout faster. Oh no, just an additional team if you wanted to. Be able to store more stuff. We don't have a lot of stuff to store, unfortunately. I wish that was the problem we were in right now. Frozen trees, which we do have some. Some frozen trees. There's also a sawmill upgrade, which we can't click on. But I'm assuming it just makes it more efficient. 80 wood per standard workday. We're about to have quite a large number of food enter our colony. Meals, that is, enter our colony when the expedition comes back, the scouting expedition. But I'm trying to think what's a more pressing bottleneck, wood or food. I'm leaning towards wood. And do I want to spend the one steam core on the wall drill, or should I just go for the sawmill? I get the impression that wall drills are probably good for long-term solutions, and the sawmill is kind of a quick fix. Again, it uses our R1 core. If there was some way to know how to create more of those cores, like if there was a way to like produce them in some way. under resources. And maybe we can see ahead of time what that might look like. It's probably fairly advanced, though. Yeah, because I don't see anything obvious that jumps out at me. It wouldn't be under food, health, and shelter. Maybe exploration industry? Factory, maybe? Ooh, it talks about automatons. That might be it. So maybe it comes with that tier 2 then. With the factory. So just kind of thinking about when we could potentially pivot like that. It's 2010. We can have just enough to afford a wall drill. The research, and then, well, it would actually take us a bit to be able to build one. How much of this stuff is left? Probably not much. 39, yeah, not much, not much. But it is enough, or would be enough, rather. Okay, let's make it happen. The idea, hopefully, being that will kind of future-proof our need for wood. Or at least won't be future-proof. It's awfully optimistic, but be a consistent source of it. Because even if we do the sawmill thing, these will eventually run dry. We have quite a few of them, though. Which does give me hope. Sick absences there. These are mostly at capacity. I'm doing okay. If I check the economy tab, is it still saying the same thing, that we're still consuming a little bit more than we're gaining? And I do recognize that. Yeah. In the meantime, right, there was also this whole thing about, yeah, the make homes livable thing. I have unfortunately realized too late that our original idea, our original solution for that was kind of not really going to be doable. We could just go ahead and spin the steel on the 2 homes that are cold. Because right now, all but these 2 are cold right now, and I'm guessing these are the ones that are complaining. Kind of a shame that, like, it's only 2 homes that are chilly, guys. Come on, but at the same time, though, I get it. What I might want to go ahead and do is, maybe it's kind of weird to build this in the middle like this, but I'm thinking the idea is I could build more homes around this cluster. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, I think it even shows the highlighting. If I zoom in a little bit. Yeah. That should work. So we'll still go ahead and go for it, but recognize that we're obviously not going to make it based on that kind of secondary goal we had set. So that's going to raise discontent. We neglected to fulfill a promise we had made to our citizens. So hope falls and discontent rises. Yes, yeah, a promise was broken. It's not so much that it's pretty harsh. It's pretty harsh. It's not so much that a promise was broken. It was just a light delay. A light delay in how things were looking. It's fine. Don't worry about it. When in fact they are indeed quite worried. Evening time begins. Hunting expeditions are heading out. Our scouting expedition will be back on the following day. The automaton will be back in a day and some change. Still a lack of shelter, by the way. Oh, and the whole corpse disposal thing. Yes. Do I have the ability to do this? No, I still gotta wait 16 more hours. That will help with the corpse disposal thing for sure. There we go. I like how it melts the snow. It's kind of fun. Watching it all kind of dissipate like that. So that'll at least help with the cold. So do I want to have it be 24/7? Probably. So we'll continue to build more homes specifically, kind of in that general vicinity. 20 more hours before this becomes an issue. And the lack of wood continues to dog us. Going to do again that kind of micromanaging thing. Take that down by 5. Raise it up even more. I'm not sure if it's going to make a difference this far in. Homeless is becoming an issue too, yeah. You're probably right. I probably should have prioritized the homeless situation. The clapping? Why are you clapping? You really shouldn't be happy right now. All things considered, I mean, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but no, there's not a lot to be happy about right now. Yeah, trying to balance all the needs and all the things that are constantly coming our way. All the plates we're spinning. It's definitely not helping. I mean, our number of sick is definitely not great. It's within acceptable bounds, but it's definitely not great. Scouts have returned. I'm gonna say let's disband them for now. I feel like I don't want to overreach. Disband the scouting party, and now they are able to do stuff. Oh, whoops, not that. What am I doing? Another one of those guys, and then there's the wood. That's the coal. Where's the wood? Because they brought back with them rather quite a bit of stuff. Quite a lot of wood. My God, that is a lot of wood. To the point where once that gets depleted, we might just chill on wood for a little bit. Man, I hadn't really considered that. Shit, I realized like I was going to be returning with so much. So with that, then I'm less well, I mean, I guess I could. So I could abandon the research. The wall drill. Yeah, maybe that's the key. Maybe I abort the wall drill research. I'm guessing abort means it doesn't pause it, it just stops it in time. Oh, the dub and the bazaar, nice, man. Big old sniper rifle. Game's always such a treat to watch. It's kind of hard to follow as someone who's never played it, but I do enjoy watching it. Yeah, so we have a lot of wood. I mean, we'll still go through it quickly. Speaking of which, with all this wood, we could build some more tents. But I have the means to quickly spin up some bunkhouses. It's 8 hours to research. Yeah, let's go for that. I think that's the key. The sooner we get that, the better. We should be able to get that today, actually, for that matter. Referral key for the game. Oh, is it not a free-to-play game? Because I assumed that it was free-to-play. Since it was like kind of it appears to be at least like a Hearthstone competitor. We get that in 10 hours, maybe. Well, actually, probably not. We're probably gonna have another broken promise, unfortunately, heading our way. Closed beta? Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. I'll hit you up if I wanna try my hand at it. Hunting expeditions coming back. Of course we have 3 fully stocked hunting expeditions this time. We are getting low on coal though, which we're not loving. We have engineers available of all things. Guess if engineers want to just help out with something. Or I would take this down by 5. Yeah, I'd probably do it that way. By 4, sure, whatever. Same thing. I have that maxed up for engineers. And I guess only engineers can help out with medical posts, which means I should probably get another medical post. We have a lot of people that are sick right now. Another, that'd be health. There we go. Whereas these have, well, do I go ahead and build it here? I think I should go ahead and build it here, I think. Not adjacent to a street. We can change that. There we go. I'll get that sorted out. So many hunters. So many hunters, so little time. We'll get that built up. The bunkhouses will come in clutch pretty soon here, which will be good. Medical post. I definitely do want to eventually get the medical post upgrade. But I guess that's the thing. It's an upgrade to the existing medical post. It's not a new medical post like the infirmary is. Flying hunters, that sounds cool. Tactics, yeah, tier 2 is going to have a lot of great stuff for us for sure. A lot of great stuff for hunting. Or just in general. Hunting and heating. Everything kicks it up a notch for sure. 5 hours though, yeah, that's probably going to be another broken promise, unfortunately. What else? Oh, that noise was us running out of raw food. Although we are cooking quite a bit, so that's not the hugest of concerns. We have a nice, healthy amount of food right now. With the increased number of workers, I suspect this is slightly an edge, which is, for the first time, I think, ever, we're slightly ahead of the game. So that's reassuring. One's cooking along at a decent pace. Alright, just kind of surprised at the amount of homeless and the amount of sick that we haven't had, like, more issues. Here we go. Get the engineers working there. Still have 5 engineers available. This one's kind of clicking along here. We're reaching nearly the max of what like wood we can actually store. That bar being as high as it is. That will help. This is almost finished. Once it finishes, go ahead and build one myself. Bunkhouse. Got the wood, we have the steel. Not a ton of steel, though. Should I build 2 of them? That one is adjacent to a street. How much does this house? I should have read that closer. It houses... Oh, the same number of people. Oh, I thought it would house more people. Shit. But it's better protection from the weather. Base level heating 1. Or 2 instead of 1, right? Okay. A little disappointing. I was really kind of hedging my bets on that. Yet. I guess I should have read that closer. Oops. Yeah, it even says a dwelling for 10 people. Shit. So houses are probably like I get more than just 10, because yeah, otherwise it takes a lot of space, a lot of square footage to build that up. Yeah, honestly, I think I don't want this. I think I'm just gonna build just plain ass tents, since this is close to a heating arrangement anyway. So we need... I could have wait. I have kind of like, you know, affected our ability to deliver on promises twice in a row now because of delays happening. So, you know, things happening after we promised they would, and it's very much affects our discontent and our hope. This very much is one of those in software development. There's the build one to throw away methodology, which is let's go and unpause, which is not often utilized in like corporate situations. Like it's kind of like one that's, let's taught in academia, but whether or not it actually... Hold on, maybe I need to be smart about how I do this. Actually, never mind. That's the other one that we need to connect. So it's taught in academia, but I don't know. I question how frequently it actually comes into play in real life. But the idea of you know your first attempt at something is gonna be bullshit, It happens in software all the time. You're given a project, you're given requirements, and you start down a project. You start down a project, you start implementing it, and you have an idea of how to do it, but then you hit a roadblock at some point along the way. You have to change gears and try a different approach. You hit another roadblock, you hit another roadblock, and by the end of the project, you probably end up with a thing that does what it needs to do, but it's probably not very efficient. Probably not as good as it could have been. It's definitely not as clean as it could have been. There's like a lot of stuff that was kind of left over, a lot of leftover code, a lot of stuff that was partly implemented, ideas that didn't get fully fleshed out, that kind of shit. So then you think to yourself, damn, I wish I could go back in time with this knowledge that I now have. So there's this like methodology that says, okay, let's build that into the estimate. Let's go ahead and build a shitty version that won't get delivered, and then like the good version that will get delivered. But again, I question how often that's used like in the corporate world, because yeah, so if a project manager is looking at the numbers for a for a spreadsheet for an estimate, they're going, why do you have a whole thing that you build that doesn't get delivered? Just deliver that one. It works. Who cares? So, you know, when it comes to like quality versus getting it fucking done, that's where it kind of falls apart, unfortunately. Under promise and over deliver like a proper overseer. Oh god, so is this the Scotty way? Scotty as in like Scottish? I was just thinking like just me being an administrator, an overseer for this situation we're all in right now. We do have the wood, but we need the steel. It's tempting to just go ham on the steel then, although I guess we have no sources of steel right now, do we? But we could get some steel. Why do I have so many workers? Oh, because something just got depleted. Coal just got depleted, I think. And we don't have that much coal. So let's do 5 here. And as many of those as we can muster. And maybe that's my answer. Maybe the answer of what's next should be, give me something that will be, I guess the Coal Thumpers are what I should build next, really. Yeah, let's actually build one of those. I like a dumbass, I kind of forgot about those things. So resources, Coal Thumper. And you can build them presumably anywhere. I'm assuming you need people to work on them. For 2 gathering posts. Lots of wood. Shelter promise broken. Yep. They're disappointed. I mean, nowhere in sight. I mean, it's we're working on it. Yeah, so that it continues to kind of go back in directions that are maybe not so positive. Coal mining would be good for those big reserves, but I don't know. The Coal Thumpers just sound great. And I'm wondering if I can get away with not having it be... Let's build one right there. Let's see if we can get away with one not being manned necessarily. Oh, never mind. I think that says it right there. Well, yeah. I think that says it right there. It will have workers. So I should probably build it relatively close to the heating zones. I'm going to build it in the residential district areas. Yeah, I think that answers my question, whether or not this will, like, require manned people. Now, there is a heater. There's a heater which will help. Of course, we have some brutal fucking cold coming in hot. Good thing we're at least getting these built up, so at least we'll have that in time for the very vicious cold snap. Let's stay with it for now. Let's roll with it for now and see how it goes. I might end up regretting this, but... 2 promises broken. No, they were just promises delayed. It's totally different. You're blowing this out of proportion, guys. Totally different. So coal mining. What I guess I'm not so sure about is what's the benefit of coal mining versus coal thumping? Because coal thumping sounds great. I mean, I'm guessing it eventually runs out, I guess. I mean, coal mining definitely runs out eventually. Pile of 560 coal per standard workday, which is awesome. Like, what's the downside of the coal thumper? Maybe it's loud and people don't like it. It like makes them annoyed, maybe. Very strange. I'm not going to bother with those yet. Although it looks like you have to if you wanted to go for the other upgrade considerations. More scouts. Hothouse would probably be a good idea. Research that one. Here we go. Let's learn about... Yeah, maybe this will answer my question, actually. Order people to gather the coal from the piles or employ them in gathering posts. Okay. 40 coal per hour. Sounds awesome, honestly. Sounds really good. Sounds really good. Hey, what's up, Meerkat? Meerkat's like, Alex, what the fuck? What was that MS Paint challenge? Meerkat, are you familiar with the source image? The source video, even? For that image? Where it's Sonic the Hedgehog in a wheelchair eating a chili dog, and there's people taking pictures of him? It's very bizarre. It's really weird. It's Sonic the Hedgehog in a wheelchair, and he's eating a chili dog, and there's people with, like, very expensive cameras taking photos. It's an experience here. We watched it earlier on stream. I'll just hit you with the link. I'll hit you with the link so you can enjoy it on your own time. Sonic in a wheelchair eating a chili dog. Yep, that's the Google search. That's the YouTube search. There we go. It says I have research. I got you, bro. I got you. I got you covered. I saved you the trouble. I'm a generous streamer person. Full thumper. Every time I hear the word thumping, I think of what was it, Chumbawamba? Were they the ones that did that album Tub Thumpin'? Tub Thumpin'? Chumbawamba. What a band name. That's up there with Hoobastank as being like maybe the most 90s band names of all times. Perhaps, perchance. We are getting into nighttime. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. There we go. It's another hunting expedition. The cold is going to drop, or the temperature is going to drop very brutally. Generator's shutting down. Oh, because we're out of coal. Well, that's a bummer. That is a bummer, but we are getting some coal. And we're going to be getting this guy. Oh, I guess this is actually not going right now. We'll get the engineers on it. And I suppose I'll do those, I guess, instead of the coal pile. It'd be nice if we could have both. Let's max that out. And then this has whoever's left. Have the engineers on it, and then and for the time being at least, then the other 5. So those coal piles are finite, of course. And so I know it sounds bad. I know what you're thinking. You think you're out of coal, you're out of raw food. You have lots of rations, obviously. I know it looks bad, and it is. It is all bad. That's how this game works. Everything is bad. Sonic inflation porn, deviant artists. I understand. I understand, says Meerkat. I always love to reference that one shitpost I saw where it's Vector. Vector, the alligator, is holding a chow, like a baby chow, and he's baptizing the chow. But he's not baptizing it with water. He's baptizing him by pouring Crystal Pepsi over his head. He's pouring Crystal Pepsi over the baby chow's head. And that's the shitpost. And then the top-rated comment on that shitpost is somebody saying, like, why is it always Sonic? Why is this deranged shit? Why is it always Sonic the Hedgehog? Why is it always Sonic the Hedgehog? And then he's like, what does this series do to people? It's like, what does this do to people that makes them make stuff like this? And I don't think I have an answer. All I know is I'm part of the problem because I love it. I love stupid shit like this. Are you kidding me? Incredible. Right, well, things are looking a little bit dire. Now, granted, things are going to get a lot better, because we're going to be bringing in some coal in the thumpers. We're thumping some coals. And, of course, we're gathering coal once the workday begins in 30 minutes. The automaton has arrived. In fact, he could probably help out with gathering things for us. Sanic? Yeah, you mean the original Sanic? The one where he's got the arms like this and was drawn by a small child? Automatons. And replace an entire crew at most workplaces. They're not great initial efficiency, but can be upgraded. They work 24 hours a day. Recharge itself. Very nice. It costs one automaton, or I'm sorry, one steam core to make an automaton. So they're valuable. They're expensive, but valuable. Are these things dangerous? Probably not. Probably not. So help our economy. You can replace manual labor crews. They can work around the clock. Very nice. I see. They're a marvel. A marvel indeedful. So let's do that then. Let's send that guy. Work out here. Heating is off. The generator is down again. So we just ran out of coal again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Actually, well, no, we're building up our reserves. Because we're thumping. We do be thumping. Here he goes. He's sidestepping like a crab, like crab walking. And Meerkat confirms it is the Sonic. The very same. The one, the only. So everyone will be cold for a little bit, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. 2 promises broken. Right, corpse disposal. Do I have this available? Yes, yes I do. So corpse disposal. What are our options? We can build a cemetery. Hope will rise slightly. No risk of disease from unburied bodies. To build one. Each burial takes some time. Or corpse disposal. Also ceremonial funerals and organ transplants. Okay. So we would build a snow pit. No risk of disease. Bodies are preserved. It makes people sad. So do we do the thing that costs more resources and raises up hope? Or do we do the thing that makes people angry and less hope? We don't have a whole... I mean, those 2 bars are getting awfully close together. Hope going down and discontent raising up is not great. So I'm going to go ahead and probably say we should go for cemetery. I'm guessing whichever choice we make, I'm guessing both of these still become an option. I'm not sure if I'm super down for ceremonial funerals, whatever that entails, but organ transplants sounds fantastic. So, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, actually, now that I'm seeing it, if you're preserving the bodies with corpse disposal, then organ transplants would be like a future. And, you know, you're preserving the bodies, so might be able to like scoop out some of those otherwise preserved organs. Just so I'm clear, yeah, we chose radical treatment instead of the other thing. Well, actually, I guess that's not a good. It's not a good example. So, like, yeah, here, if I were to say, child shelters gives you medic apprentices. This is child labor. Yeah, I'm trying to see, like, if you choose one half, if it locks you in on that route. Triage probably is a thing for overcrowding, probably. Yeah. I guess the only way to find out is to fucking find out. I guess the only real way to figure this kind of thing out is to just try it. Yeah, I mean the corpse disposal one, I want to do the cemetery one just because I don't want another source of discontent and misery. But functionally speaking, the corpse disposal sounds nicer. But they're close enough. We'll do the cemetery for now. And by for now, I mean, well, that's the only one. We only have one to choose from. That would probably be people. Cemetery. Be one cemetery in the city. It probably doesn't matter If it's super, super close to anything, I'm going to build it a bit further out. Just kidding, I'm going to build another road. Requires the generator to be active. Right. Gonna be cold for a little bit. Oh, and by a little bit, I mean it's negative 40 right now. Let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. Hopefully 32 is enough. We have 4 hours. We're bringing some coal in. I'm just hoping it's enough. What I might do is turn some things down. Medical post is inoperative because the heater is off. Well, we need that on. We're slowly bringing in more than we're using. Medical posts are kind of required. Turn this one off for a bit. Oh, can I turn it off? Is there? I'll turn it to working hours at least. I could just turn it off. Let's turn it off for a bit. Let's make sure we're able to build up our reserves. Right, I was gonna build a road a little bit farther out somewhere. Probably doesn't matter too much. In fact, for that matter, I might have this go even a little bit further. Let's build a cemetery. We'll just build it right. I'll hurt. Only 11 people are sick right now. It's actually not too bad. Mild frostbite. A person became gravely gravely ill. I mean, negative 40 degrees. Can you blame them? It's shit. This miserable. Truly miserable. He is doing his thing. He's scooping up the goods. He's like gobbling it as a little mouthy. 45. Yeah. So I mean, this is doing its thing. 0.4 per hour. It's pretty good. And that is maxed out right now. We have 2 steam cores. When did that happen? When did we get a second steam core? Do we just kind of find them on just kind of in general, or maybe it's part of research? Or maybe we just randomly get them as part of like the wreckage and wood crates, like that kind of thing. Maybe they just kind of randomly get discovered, because that's really helpful. Hothouse has been researched. Very nice. It'd be helping for more food situations, but I'm still worried about this coal thing. I guess just another coal thumper would probably do it. Steam coal thumpers, if we can get to tier 2. We almost can. We need just a little bit more steel. Actually, shit. Coal thumpers, they just cost wood. Just cost wood. One of those guys, and also get a street going, but we are starting to kind of run, maybe not low, but our non-infinite amount of wood is becoming fairly obvious and hard to ignore. A finite amount of wood. Second one of those would help for sure. Our food situation has actually improved quite a bit. I'm happy about that, at least. Nothing in this world makes me happy, but at least we have that. Cemetery is we're working on that one, but of course we're reaching the end of the working hours. At least discontent is slowly going down and hope has risen up. Got a desirable law. Lack of medical care. Yeah, still 12 people sick. We're slowly building up our coal reserves. How bad is it right now? It's cold. It's cold. Moderate risk of falling ill. We'll do this. We'll open this back up, and we'll have it go during working hours, I guess. Still not what I would call ideal. Heater's on for this one. Oh, which is to say we're not in working hours right now. So we'll go and fire it on right now then. Might as well. Fire it up right now. And having to micromanage the energy levels, which is less than what I would say is ideal. Still doing okay, going out for another expedition. Is there anything else? This does not have a heater on it. That one has been built, by the way. The 6 workers on that guy. No engineers available there. Take 1 down from here. There's 6 left in this one anyway, that is. So I'll take it down to just 1. How's this guy looking? It's 15. Yeah, same thing there. I'll just have him be down to 1 as well. Okay, so it looks like he's wrapping up for the day. Gonna probably recharge. Silver Oh, do they have names? The Silver Furrow? Forays? Fiore? I don't know how it's pronounced. But anyway, cemetery established. That is kind of nice then. Discontent goes way down. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wow. So the promises being broken are not great, obviously, but at least we delivered in that respect. So, all right, I feel better about the coal situation. I did build, but have yet to realize the food thingy, the hothouse. Medical post upgrade. That sounds good. Oh, except it costs steel, and I'm trying to like save up for steel. I want to go ahead and get that tier 3 upgrade, right? Or I guess tier 2 upgrade available. So I would, if possible, maybe not spend the few steel we have left. And honestly, maybe that's the next thing. Maybe that's the next thing is steelworks. Or from iron ore from deposits. That might be the next key, because I don't think there's much for steel in other places. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we got the coal deposit. Coal deposit. I think the iron ore can be seen in the walls, I think. Actually, we have some steel wreckage here as well, so it's not quite that. Yeah, so we got an iron ore there. A few other options, but it's getting to that point where we're gonna have to look for more sustainable options. Or I hold off and wait for whatever the steam steelworks is, or the steam sawmill. Oh wait, that's just a better sawmill. I assume it's what that is. Coal thumpers are probably the better versions of those. Yeah, so I'm assuming it works the same way. It's not like I'm not expecting a steel thumper that can reach stuff from deep under the ground. Yeah, factory. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. I think factory's going to be a big one. I think that's like a big thing for how this game typically goes. Right. So I think I will indeed. Steelworks, do I go in and do I like wait for this thing? I'm concerned that it's gonna bottleneck us sooner than I want it to. Sooner than I want to admit that it will, rather. Yeah, let's go and go for it. If nothing else, it'll also unlock the 2nd tier. Might as well. I'm a little bit concerned we're gonna have a mishap where this guy just fucking stomps on a person by accident, and we get a little message that says, "Oh, the fucking automaton has." Also, he's walking through the generator. That the automaton has fucking obliterated some poor child's sternum. has fucking liquefied some poor infant child's like tibula, and the people are revolting. How's about this though, guys and gals? It is pretty late. We've gone past 2 a.m. Which is quite later than I usually go. Let's go ahead and make a new save. Yes, save. Yes, there we go. Make it me. It's named after me. I'll name it after my likeness. So there we go. We have we also have autosaves, obviously, but a manual save sounds nice. There's a photo mode if you really wanted to capture the misery of this game. I mean, it is a pretty game, honestly. So I mean, all jokes aside, I can see the idea of having a photo mode. Good for YouTubers that want to have like, you want to get that nice thumbnail. I get that. I get that for sure. But this was fun. I definitely would like to do it at least one more stream of this game. And that will probably be later this week.